Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and I would like to thank everyone for showing up today, and here I am doing my continuing adventures in Dragon Age Origin, and let me just tell people that here on the Twitter. I should probably say streaming. I'm doing it on my phone, so it's a little slow. So what was I doing the last time we met? I had sort of just finished. I did some running around in places we've been before. The Storm Coast, Fallowmire. I ran around a bit in the Hinterlands, and there's clearly a lot more to do. But I thought what we do today a little bit is maybe see if we can get a what do you call it? A plot quest. See what's going on with that. If we can do something interesting there. And then I figure if we get a plot quest done, hey, how are you doing, Krellin? How are you doing? Was it not working before? I worry about these things. I do. I worry about these things. So, why was it not working? That's what I want to know. So, we're going to we're going to go to the war table, see what's there, maybe do a plot quest, and I don't know. Then I figure if we advance the plot quest some, then we can, yes, that's right. Last week was climbing a mountain to look at an astro thingy. I feel like this way we'll do a plot quest, and then maybe we can talk to all of our companions and learn something new from them. While I was away from you all last week, I spent some time not doing anything important. I just went to my storage and I sold some stuff, and I emptied out my inventory a bit. Because, emptying out inventory is clearly important. But we have things to look at. Let's see. Shadows of Ardenarum. Report ready. Hey, everybody! Paladin Honk! Let's see. Inquisitor. Well, that was bracing. A pitched battle with evil mages disguised as kitchen servants. Fireballs flying and swords flashing. It brings back old times. I won't be eating anything coming out of those kitchens for a while, let me tell you. I wonder if they were going to poison me. Nasty little cultists. Anyhow, I'm grateful for the Inquisition's help. We wouldn't have found them without you. King Alistair Theron. Shopping and shipping. Well, no, we're going to do a little bit of plot, and then we'll talk to people and see what happens. Maybe there will be shipping in the second half. We have the Ferelden Medallion of Service. I feel excited about that. And then what do we have over here? Truth or Dare, See and Be Seen. Oh, I'd like to buy all the mirrors in the city. I think that is fair. My dear Josephine, I passed along the news of de Moret's visit to a few influential parties, and implied that he was perhaps trying to butter both sides of his bread. I would describe the outrage this idea provoked, but that would make this letter indecent, and your spy mistress would abscond with it. You play as beautifully as ever, my dear. I can hardly wait to see de Moret's next movies. Give my love to your parents. Yours, Vicomtesse Elodie de Moreau. Hey! Harlequin Gaming, we haven't done much yet. We're at the war table at the moment. And no, forgive yourself. It's fine. And Ger has the sword because when I'm hanging out on the PS4, I can't do anything. I'm not accessing my computer, and I feel like Ger can, do things that I cannot do in my virtual keyboard absence. And we get gold. So Ger has been kind enough to do that for me, and I thank him very, very much. That's right, it is true. Without HQ, there is no party. This is fair. So we have another letter. Inquisitor. Sorry, wrong voice. I bring you do. You bring the geek hugs. Um, Inquisitor, I have no idea what to say. Scholars have debated whether Turda's legendary axe was an axe set with crystal, an axe with a magically reinforced crystalline head, or perhaps even just a very polished axe, but apparently the word translated from the ancient language commonly taken to be axe, in fact merely means hafted weapon. It is possible that translations of the saga have been edited to admit evidence that Tira Brydax may have been using what seems, from all appearances, to be a staff, as would more commonly be used by a mage. I apologize for my confusion in this matter. I will endeavor to be more diligent in my translations in the future. Yours, Sister Dorcas Guerin. Woo! I know, there is so much love, all the time. So we get to look at more of these exciting, brightly lit triangles, and I'm excited to find out what new things we have. What is this? Hinterland Resources, which I don't think is particularly exciting. Sister Dorcas. Oh, I should probably read her next time with a real Dorcas kind of voice. That's what we're gonna do. Dorcas kind of voice. Gather coin, not exciting. Memorial for Haven. That seems interesting. Ambassador Montelier, although we have not always seen eye to eye, I believe that on this subject we will be in perfect agreement. I would like to build a monument at the site where Haven stood, as a memorial to all those who gave their lives defending the faith. We shall work together to honor these fallen heroes, Madame Ambassador. And clearly, I feel like she should. She says that she can do some fundraising for the project, and we should send a representative for the ribbon cutting. Fair. I'm sure I can get some volunteers from our ranks to help with the construction. No, let's raise some money and send someone there for the ribbon cutting. That's, I think, important. We have two more. What is this one? Dorian's request. Let's do that. Whatever it is. Dorian's request. Now that you're in charge, there's something I thought I'd bring up. There are Venatori mages out there lurking in the wilderness. This comes as no surprise to you, since you can't swing a dead cat without hitting one of Corypheus's minions, but these particular Venatori have additional significance to myself. For one, I know them personally. I would call them friends, except that would imply I didn't want them dead, which I do. Since I have an idea where they might be, thanks to an investigation I began before coming south, I thought we could put our heads together and track them down. At which point they would sneer something at you in Teventer, and you'd be forced to kill them, which makes everyone happy. You for eliminating a potential threat, me for eliminating men and women too stupid and short-sighted to be permitted continued breath. They would be less happy, but who cares about them? Up to you, my Lord Inquisitor. Dorian. Oh, that sounds fun. It's true, he does. Liliana says, carefully and quietly, but I feel like okay, so this is what she says in case you cannot read her. She says, let us look into this carefully and quietly. We do not wish to alert the Venatori to our awareness of their existence. They already know that we know that they know that we know that they exist. Right? So let's, we have former Templars skilled at hunting mages. I can send them to follow Dorian's leads. Let's do that. Let's have our
Inquisitor
Cullen take care of that situation. And then, let's see, what is this? Power for a price. Specializations for the Inquisitor. Well, right? We know that they know that we know that they know that we're alive. My new therapist's name is Dorcas. I mean, tell me about your mother. Huh? Oh, I always use her skills. She's, like, so important. I want to use her, like, at the most important mission all the time. Let's see. Specialization for the Inquisitor. I can ensure instruction for the legions who want to join. But can we expect the Inquisitor to remain a leader while training with a subordinate? He's a figure of inspiration and should rightly be one of aspiration. Promoting a specialist from within the ranks seems lacking. With due respect to our people, the needs of the Herald are so specific, I recommend looking outside for the best combat specialists to be found, regardless of their affiliation. Sir Morris, the quartermaster. I think it has to do with the microphone. I think that this right now I'm using my headset. What is it? This is one of those. It's like a Bluetooth gaming headset, and I just think that the microphone here is very, very different from the Blue Yeti that I use when I'm on my Mac, and so I think it just makes my voice sound different. That's what I'm thinking. You're like, no, and so okay, all right. Let me tell you the truth. So even though I live in Massachusetts, last night I went off to Vegas just for like a couple of hours. So I flew over to Vegas. I met with my mob contacts, danced on some tables. I passed some microfiche to secret spies, drank more. Then I was kidnapped, and then I woke up tied to a chair on a boat. Then I had to kick my way out of that whole mess because I was being kidnapped by people from Kazakhstan. Kicked my way out of that situation, drank more with the crew after they realized it was fine, and then I made my way back here, and that's what happened. That's what happened. Right? Yeah. This is what happened, and I think I'm married. I'm not quite sure who I'm married to. No, I think I'm married to maybe Britney Spears. It's really unclear. And Liliana's going to ensure the best training. Yes? The best of the best have been summoned. Training with these specialists will ensure the Inquisitor's abilities remain at their height. I will accept those rewards. I suppose this means I get a specialization, maybe. So let's do power for a price, maybe. Oops, I did it again. I know, it's true. It's true. I know. A formal document with impeccable filigree. It is time. The Inquisitor commands a small kingdom. It is time to exercise the weight of his influence. There remain uninvolved and uncommitted lords and ladies, bands and isles, where they could not be engaged with plight or passion. Where they cannot be engaged with plight or passion, they can be compelled through mercenary means. But there must be a display. Make it known that the Inquisition has weight, and the boons and the dispensations of the powerful will be open to you. Therefore, you need not curry influence, but can simply buy it. The esteemed Ferris, the representative. Oh, is this like some kind of banker? Do not display. We will show you your reach by simply being where it is most beneficial. Huh. Well, Yeah, so I feel like she's actually not the person for this mission. Oh, HQ, again, no tigers, no tigers. I think she should go somewhere else. I think she should be at something that is a better fit for her. What is this? The search for the Hack Rider. That'll be good, right? Liliana's good for that. Ruffles. First off, you play a mean hand of wicked grace. Second, the lead you dug up for me on finding this Bellenforth guy in Kirkwall is starting to show some promise. We're not pervs, we're innocent. We are so innocent, HQ. We're as innocent as anything. Honest. I got my editor to look around for me. She's a coterie boss, so people tell her things whether they want to or not. She tracked down the poor sod carrying the manuscripts out of Kirkwall. This is where it gets weird. The courier is a magistrate, Lord Werner Cammering. The coterie won't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Maybe you could have a polite word with him for me? Varric. Oh, that was by Varric. It is true. Pure and unique snowflakes. The magistrate courier, he has to be involved in something else. Let's find out what. And that is what we send Liliana to do. Totally innocent. Okay, so we, I think, can do some missions. Let's see, this is find the warden. So we can find the warden. Everybody else seems to be a little bit busy. So, shall we find the warden? You're a cyborg. Nice. So if you are a cyborg, do you find that is do you get rusty? That's okay. We're gonna go and find the warden. Boom. Oh. I do not have connections. I do not. Okay, what do we have here? You can move your ears. Very useful. Very useful. Like, for example, so, okay, HQ, this is how moving your ears can be useful. I learned this when I was kidnapped on that boat from the Kazakhstan. If they tie you to a chair using your ears, you can wiggle your ears to get out of your bonds. Boom. Just like that. Find the warden. You know, Bewitched was always the worst, because if I were married to a witch who had magic powers, like Darren, I wouldn't be like, don't use your magic powers. I'd be like, wow, use your magic powers all the time. How awesome would that be? Just my thoughts. Find the warden. Hawk has revealed that Corypheus can influence the minds of Grey Wardens. If the Darkspawn bring them under his sway, he'll command a legion of highly skilled warriors. The Inquisition must hunt down Hawk's Grey Warden ally hiding in Crestwood to learn about the other Warden's plans. No one has traveled to or from Crestwood since the breach, and Liliana will send her fastest agents to discover what disaster has rendered it silent. Yeah, Barish was totally terrible. What? You mean you didn't notice that one Darren and the other Darren were totally, completely different? It's sort of like soap operas, but hey, gun maniacs, how are you doing? There must also, yeah, maybe Darren felt that meddling with the fabric of reality was bad, I suppose, but I don't know. They could have just, run around and had a great time. Welcome in, gun maniacs. So hastily scrawled note received by Messenger Bird. Inquisitor, Hawk's warden friend is somewhere here. Disappeared before we could talk to him. He's good. Be careful on the road. Lots of undead. People here need our help. Explain more once you're here. Harding. Ooh. Let's venture forth. I think that Bewitched would have been better with Darren. I feel like that guy who always plays the 80s villain in that guy that played the 80s villain in Karate Kid. He feels like a Darren to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but he feels like a Darren to me. We're going to get our regular team, by the way. There we go. And let's confirm them. So we're going to go and try to find this warden and see if they, can be discouraged from being... Oh, it's Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is a bison that is also Hawkeye. Wardens are cool. I mean, they've got some problems with, Darkspawn and evil dreams and being sterile. But other than that, they're really great. They're fun at parties. New area.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor.
She's everywhere.
We've got trouble ahead.
Oh, he is Banner. You're right. It's what's his face? That's Hawkeye. It's what's his face? Seeing his face with his weird little beady eyes. Oh. This is what you get. Renner. Thank you, Jeremy Renner. But actually, Ruffalo being a Druffalo if he's the Hulk makes much more sense. We've got trouble ahead. Oh, let's be we're gonna direct. What is it?
Are the Red Templars here?
There's a few up in the hills, but for once, they're not our biggest problem.
Bunnies! Bunnies! It must be bunnies! That's all I wanted to tell you. Oh, is that a rift?
Oh.
Crestwood was the site of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawk's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
Ooh. Oh, I could flirt with her. That's nice, but I'm not going to flirt with her because she's on the job. Let's see. Thanks for the warning. I'll start now. Are you safe here? Let's just ask if she's safe here.
Have any undead attacked the camp?
We've had a few shamblers, but most head toward the village below. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
I didn't know you could flirt with your quartermaster person. That's awesome. But, again, gotta do it the right way. Oh, look at this. Cassandra needs to replenish. Oh, I do not have the agents. You can't date people in BioWare unless you flirt with them every chance you get. Oh. Jer, my old Grey Warden would totally have flirted with her all day long, and I'm just gonna tell you that is how that goes. Oh! So, HQ, what do you do for a living? I am curious. I know that you can't be too reactive because work, but what is your work? Also, I'm sorry that you're at work on a Saturday. That is no fun. Elfert. But knowing that you're with us is really great, even if you can't tell us the secrets because of work. You know. She's a... Oh! Harley Quinn impersonator? Web graphic designer and front-end developer. Wow. That's exciting. Report.
What is it?
This could help us.
Maybe you're a Harley Quinn impersonator who breaks into people's offices and then does web design for them, but in a Harley Quinn sort of a way. Oh, I actually totally forgot what they wanted me to get. Maybe. So, requisitions request. Now that's equip potions. Here we go. What did you want me to do? I was paying attention to chat because everybody in chat's so exciting. Let's see. Iron and plaid weave. JavaScript is not your definition of paradise. That is fair. I will do one of these. I've made some Ferelden caravans. I have so much power. I feel like I don't need all this power anymore. Alright. Dutch Teddy is designing a green flame disease. I've seen him. I've seen him. Oh, I feel like a green flame disease is probably a bad idea, right?
This might interest you, sir.
HQ could get a job as a prison psychiatrist. That would be the best Harley Quinn impersonation. Oh, did you really kill her? Gun maniacs, in what way did you kill her? Oh. Navaran longbows. That seems like a good idea. Let's do that if I can. Maybe she only faked her death. People do that all the time in soap operas. Oh. I wonder about... Oh. I actually don't know much about Ack and...
This might interest you, sir.
He had a green flame disease once, needed a special cream. What is it? What do we have? Oh, Crestwood Geological Survey. I don't have what I need yet. But, Temple of Sacred... Oh, Temple of Sacred Ashes. Oh. Huh. Oh. So are you trying to tell me that you don't think that she... Oh. Everybody attacks you? Wow. Can you just not bring them on your party if you plan on doing that? It's just a question I have. That is not what I want. I want to look at the quest map and see what we're doing. That's all of the unicorns. So I think we're just going off this way, and we'll do that. I suppose that's the way to go. But what's up here? I know we're supposed to go that other way, but I'm curious as to what's up here. Because what if there are interesting things there? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but obvious plot hooks are obvious and go the other way. And I totally will. I'm just, curious. I feel like sometimes, what is it, take the road less traveled, and the road less traveled is going to take us off of the game map. Just, it's Is it really hoarding, or is it collecting? Right? Oh, hey, I didn't notice that cool statue there. Huh. And is that the moon? Oh, I see. See, this is what I'm trying to say. Always go the opposite way. Always.
There must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
A high rift in the lake.
Aside from wearing all your armor and wading in.
Yeah, that would be bad. Dorian, you're hilarious. I'm not a drunkard. I'm just a serial wine tester. This, I feel like that makes so much sense. Serial wine tester. That's all. And also, I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector of antiquities. I'm an archaeologist of the old school variety. So, I want to go down here first and just see what's hanging out in this area. Krellin, you are hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, there's a sign. I didn't read it, but let's back up and do so. Old Crestwood. I'm a Red Bull tester. I'm quote unquote, I'm an archaeologist. Oh, fair. Again, wine tester. Alright, we're gonna go up here. Wine taster. Wine tester's different. Wine testers hang out with monarchs and they don't have... they die. Alright, we have, it looks like some undead, which is rude. But it's cool. And we're just gonna kill them. That was easy. Who are these people talking? Studies show that wine tasters don't... Oh! That's really interesting. I mean, Oh! Wine tasters don't know what they're talking about. Hey, Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens, thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
Wait. Why are you here?
What are you doing in Crestwood?
Named Stroud is wanted for questioning. We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
Huh. They're looking for this guy. Interesting.
What have you been told about this rogue warden?
Warden Commander Clarell ordered his capture. I can say no more than that. I hope Sir Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
They can't tell a red wine from a white if it's dyed red? That is so interesting. Can you stay and help?
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour. If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can.
Yeah.
The villagers have already lost too many.
We'll help.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Because y'all aren't doing it. It's fine.
Are you sure we can't help the village? Our orders are clear.
Huh.
Find Warden Stroud. We return to the commander with all haste. Still don't feel right.
Doesn't feel right, does it?
One of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus' plot to seize the order.
I do not think so either. The infiltration in their ranks may be subtle.
Hawk's warden friend has answers for us.
It's raining pretty badly here. By the way, boxed wine is the best wine. Huh. I still think boxed wine is great. What are we taking? Oh, we just took gold from a statue. That's sort of rude. That's like taking coins from the wishing well. No good. So, village of Crestwood. Caer Branach. Let's go there. That seems less obvious. But let's check. Yeah, so let's go there. I know! I didn't realize I was stealing somebody's offering in a really embarrassing way. And now I'm super embarrassed by it. Like I feel like a bad person. Let's see if there's anything exciting here. Champagne and juice boxes. Although I can just sort of justify it by saying, you know, I'm with the Inquisition, and we need stuff to save the world. Let's not walk off the cliff. I know. Bad. That's a cool bannery thing.
I really like hitting things.
So I'd gather.
I knew you'd understand.
I am excited. First off, I don't know why I'm climbing up this way to where the statue is. I just thought it might be interesting. I like that Freddie Prinze Jr. is getting work. That's cool. I actually don't think I can climb up here all the way, even though it would be awesome. This is actually true. Otherwise, it has to be called sparkling white wine or something like this. There's a couple of other things that work that way as well. I think like maybe some cheeses also work that way, where you have to actually be from a specific location. I do drink theoretically, but I am sparkling alcoholic grape juice, but I am cheap and a super taster. Why is there a body hanging? So yeah, so as I said, I'm cheap and a super taster, so most alcohol doesn't taste very good for me, and also it's way too expensive, so what's the point of that? Why is there a dead body here? I think that's really ominous. I don't feel good about that. I feel bad about that. Although, there's a restaurant around here that I should go to again, and they have bourbon milkshakes, which, that's kind of awesome. Okay, we're gonna just keep going. This, fair, right? The exchange rate is bad, isn't it? Because we're all moving to Canada into your basement. Ooh, I just exploded them. That was awesome. We're going to get some spindleweed. So, I'm going to tell you something about how I do maps when I'm playing an RPG that's big like this. I tend to try to be systematic because I'm afraid that if I go willy-nilly, then I'll miss some place and not realize that I missed it. So, I tend to try to, like, be not methodological, that's the methodical. Oh, you're from Belgium. Where in Belgium are you from? What town do you live in? Not even once. Gun maniacs, where in Belgium are you from? I want to know. Oh. Dead body. Battered journal. Page from a Circle Mage's journal. Let's see who this Circle Mage is. Oh, Antwerp. Oh, that's cool. Antwerp has a historic diamond district, does it not? Like diamond workers, diamond experts, diamond experts? That's not right. Diamond... Experts is not the right word. Diamond cutters. Right? Something like that. I feel like Antwerp has that going on with it. Let's see. I could travel around Crestwood. One person might sneak past the roaming dead with the aid of a little magic. I hear Redcliffe is taking in mages. If I get there, I'll be safe. I can't do it. These people have no one to help them. They've probably never seen an undead before. Maybe they won't trust a mage, but what use was I pinned in the circle? Maybe here I can do some good. I'll introduce myself to the villagers tomorrow. I hope they don't turn me away. Oh, you're dead. Oh. So, did the villagers just straight up murder you? 'Cause that would suck. So sorry, mage. I hope that undead killed you and not the villagers, because that would be super awkward. And Heath Ledger. Am I a cat person? Do you want to know the story? Do you want to know? It's not a long story. It's a very short story. The answer is yes. I am very much a cat person. However, I'm deathly allergic to cats. And so I can't actually be around them. And cats love me. And they always want to hang out with me and be with me. And then I'm super allergic to them. So, yes. Yeah, it's really bad. Because I really am a cat person. I think cats are great. I like that they are not codependent, that they do their own thing. That, you know, that they do their own thing. I love that about them. Me and Anders, much in common, except that I didn't, you know, first off, I don't know why I'm walking this way, but I feel like we're just being complete. I don't go and blow up things without asking. That's all. Oh, you have a dog and a cat. So I'm looting from a dead body. That's, legit. Oh, hey look. We found a place. Oh. We can't open this yet. Look at that. I do all this exploring, and I cannot do it. Gun Maniacs, which languages do you speak? Because I know there are a couple of different languages spoken in Belgium, French and Flemish, some German. Clearly you speak English, because I have a joke. Do you all want to hear a joke? It's so I do want to know what language you speak, Gun Maniacs.
The walls look sturdy. Taking it wouldn't be easy.
Flemish is Dutch, but they say it's slightly different. At least, some Flemish people I know say it's different. So, I mean, there's that. We're gonna go and try to take this, this keep. That's, I think, what we're gonna do. And I don't know whether or not the difference between Flemish and Dutch is just like the difference between Swiss German and regular German. Yeah, right? But I mean, it's still understandable, right? It's interesting because there is an organization in Belgium that it's in the Flanders part of Belgium, and it's this sort of like Flemish. It's like a governmental organization, probably state rather than nation. English and terrible Spanish. I speak English, German, and terrible Spanish as well. Anyway, it's all about the preservation of the Flemish language, and so it's about giving money, funding to artistic projects, a lot of film projects that are in Flemish, but they don't say Dutch, and so I feel like there's a kind of a Flemish nationalism thing going on there. It looks like I can't get in. Well, I wonder if I have to. Oh, I do. I have to just break in these doors. Hi, everybody. There are a lot of creepy bad guys in there. That's cool. Maybe. I know I am rude. Yeah, so like my understanding is that at least in Flanders, Flemish is thought of as being quite different. I am super rude. So, Gun Maniacs, what languages do you speak? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, hi! That person just attacked us. Now, we did, break in their door, so, you know, they might have had a little bit of reason to do it. There was something else that I had a thought. Oh, yeah, it's a joke! I had this joke. Oh, it should kick out of the grammar contest we jointly hold, and Belgium always wins. That is French, Dutch, English. Nice. So can I tell you? This is the joke. Are you ready? What do you call someone who speaks 2 languages? Bilingual, right? What do you call someone who speaks 3 languages? Trilingual. What do you call someone who speaks 1 language? American. Wah, wah. Sorry, it's rude, I know, but ta-da! All right, let's see if there's anything interesting down here. I know, right? But you know, I will say, yeah. It is true. This is actually true. And, you know, there are a couple of things that are going on. One, we often don't start language training. Well, okay, first off, I will say that actually lots of Americans speak more than 1 language. I want to point it out. This is true. We do start our language training kind of late in school. Here's a Belgium... Oh, okay. How do you make copper wire? We put 2 Dutch people in a room and toss in a penny. Oh.
You ever been to that place in the Vivasi Plaza with the big cracked bell hanging off the roof?
With the dancers, yes. You're making me homesick.
Aw. So, what I think is interesting is what are the stereotypes associated with different groups of people. So, for example, when I was in Bavaria, there were a lot of jokes about stupid people, but the stupid people were Austrian. Whereas I think that in northern Germany, the stupid people were Ostfriesen. And so I just think it's interesting to know who the stupid people are in any given space. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, hi. Uptight and greedy. I'm being shot at. Side note. I'm being shot at a lot.
Reinforcements.
Oh, hold on. I'm being shot at a lot, and I think that's rude. Huh. Let me take a potion. Huh. I will also say that, so, in quote-unquote defense of America, and our lack of linguistic diversity, we also are very far away from other countries. Let's do my special power. You know, like, when I lived in Germany, a lot of other countries were really, really close. And not only were the other countries really close, I suppose that's true, right? But, like, not only were the, so not only were the other countries really close, they were close enough that I could get other countries' TV, right? You know, and so you can pick up things that you couldn't pick up. Oh yeah, American English and British English. I mean, it's still the same language, but it is different. But then again, see, this is what we're talking about: dialect versus accent, right? And I think that technically, I don't think they count, because they, you know how linguists are. I don't think they count English, British English, and American English as different dialects, because I don't think their grammar's different enough. Because I think that's a thing. But, you know, I would have to ask one of my linguist friends. They would know these things better than I. I feel like there are all sorts of exciting things around. We're getting battle music, and I would like to know why. Let's open this door. All right. Oh, sometimes I do a British accent for some of our people. Because I think, why not? We can do a British accent for some of our people. for example. Oh. Well, yes, we have different slang vocabulary, certainly. But then, ooh, a supply cache. Sure, why not? I was in Liverpool, visiting friends once, and I was in this, rubber in British English is an eraser. So I was in Liverpool visiting friends, and I was in this bar, a nightclub, and these two Liverpudlian women found out I was an American, and then they were exceedingly tickled. They thought it was hilarious, and they kept trying out their American vocabulary on me. So they would say things like, do you drive a truck in America? Do you drive a truck? And I would say, yes, we drive trucks in America, and then they would laugh, because they thought that was hilarious. So there was a lot of that. There was a lot of them being amused by American vocabulary. Oh, it's interesting. Right. And they're like, do you eat candy in America? Do you eat candy? And I was like, yeah, we do eat candy, I get it, because they would call it sweets, right? So it was all very amusing for them. But I will say that in America, we do, depending on what part of America you live in, we do also have flats. I grew up in San Francisco, and we did call some apartments flats, although not all of them. Some apartments, a flat for us was, imagine a house with 2 floors, and 1 floor is for the,
I think that's all of them.
Oh.
The Inquisition could use this place.
So if you have a house with 2 floors, and 1 floor is one apartment, and the other floor is a different apartment, we would call that a flat. This is true, but I think there's another term for... Oh, well, you have slightly different, Canadians have slightly different vowels. Although I think there's some parts of the U.S. that are close to Canada where the vowels are similar. This is my understanding. I feel like we're not being methodical enough about this particular keep. Right, but I actually think a duplex is different. So, or at least in my space, right? In my space, a duplex is when the house is split vertically, right? So there's the left half of the house and the right half of the house. I think we would call that a duplex. But if it's the top and the bottom, I think we would call that a flat. No, isn't a boot something more like a different part of Canada? Maybe. Oh, let's place the Inquisition flag. Maybe, and I know that, but I know you must also have different accents in Canada. I'm sure people in Newfoundland speak differently than people in British Columbia. Oh. Yeah, Katie Lang is from Alberta. Oh, vertically split you call a townhome. Huh. Interesting. Manitoba. Hey, Randopedia. So Katie Lang is from Alberta, and she has and actually I think Ian Tyson from the 1960s folk duo Ian and Sylvia, I think he was also from Alberta. They are right. Hello, Randopedia, welcome. I'm Trooper SJP, by the way, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and we hang out and we talk about life and
Another stronghold for the Inquisition.
Yes.
What now?
We should let the villagers know we took care of the bandits.
Oh, see, we're great. And then we overthink things. This is what we do. Oh, it's nice we have a stronghold here. That's great. we can equip some potions. I need some Blood Lotus. That's what I need. Randopedia, are you Canadian? You cry in Elven for no reason. Crying in Elven is the most sensitive kinds of crying that a person could do. Like, you don't want insensitive crying. You want sort of elegant crying. That's what I'm saying. Oop. Sorry about that, people. I think I scare people sometimes by just shooting things randomly. Alright, so let's see. Oh, you're from Nova Scotia.
My name is Charter. Leleana's eyes and ears.
Oh.
Especially in this place. I'll have some information for you once my man Butcher finds us. He's running late.
Oh, so, Randopedia, I have to sort of pause the game for a moment. Ontarians. So, Randopedia, you're from Nova Scotia, and there is, you know, the Canadian folk duo Ian and Sylvia from the 60s, whom I love. I think they're great. They're one of my favorite folk groups, actually. And they sing a folk song, Nova Scotia Farewell, and that was the first time I had heard of Nova Scotia. Right, it's sort of like a sea sailor song, right? Farewell to Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and dreary be. For when I am far away on the briny ocean toss, will you ever heave a sigh and a wish for me? And it's this really sad song about this guy that is like called away to serve on the Navy against his will, and he has to leave his betrothed, the girl that he loves, as he goes off and sails, and then when he comes back, she's been married to another, and then since she's been married to another, he decides to go back onto the boat and never come back to shore. Oh, hey, it's a standard drunken song. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Canadian feels. Hey, I know lots of Canadian songs. Well, I know some.
Red Templars up in the hills in Exeter. They're studying a set of elven ruins.
Oh.
We're not sure.
So, let's find out some information from Charter.
Sister Nightingale tell you why she wanted agents here?
We lie on the main road between Denerim and Valroyo. Couriers stop here all the time. For what they're paid, some have surprisingly loose tongues.
Oh, interesting. Ontarian? You mentioned a spy.
When's this spy named Butcher supposed to arrive?
Half hour ago, by the south gate. I hope he's only delayed. Butcher's last message swore he had secrets for us worth 10 times his weight in gold.
Ooh, I hope he's okay.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The roads are nearly deserted. Too many undead keep rising from the lake.
I should be going.
Farewell.
Also, Baby When You're Gone is my favorite Canadian song. Oh, interesting. There was Eden and Sylvia sing a couple of French-Canadian folk songs, which I'm not going to sing for you because I would have to memorize the song phonetically, and I have not done that yet. But they've got a couple that are just heartbreakingly beautiful. So one day... Oh, sweet. One day I will, I don't know, play Canadian folk songs for you all. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I will one day. So let's look at our map. No, you are not a disgrace. So look, there's a thing here, and also, what is this? I want to get this landmark. So let's see if we can find our way to our quest and our landmark. This is there are a lot of things out there. I don't know every American song issue. Well, if she were a good Canadian, she would know every Canadian song ever created. Every one. Buffy St. Marie's Canadian, isn't she? Like, you've had a lot of Gordon Lightfoot, right? Joni Mitchell. Like, Canada's got some great folk artists, as a matter of fact. And a number of good country music artists, right? Like, maybe Anne Murray, Katie Lang, Shania Twain. No, don't die from seals. Hard in Hightower, Chapter 4, by Varric Tethris. Donan Brenokovic didn't stand on ceremony. He strode through the barracks and slammed open the door to the captain's office without so much as a nod to the guards he passed. Just barely dawn, and already Captain Hendalen was buried in it behind a mountain of paperwork taller than the captain was, taller than the Venmarks. All Donnan could see of the captain was her fiery hair and an angry gaze that had stopped more than one pickpocket mid-grift. "Captain, I need a warrant for the Comte de Favre." Even as the words left his lips, Donna knew they were a mistake. The captain rose to her feet. "Brnokovic." The way she spoke his name was like a portcullis clanging shut. "Where's my report on the Hightower market body?" It was the kind of question you might ask a truant child, the kind where you already knew the answer and just wanted to see someone squirm in guilt. "I'll file it after." "You'll file it now, guardsman." She stepped out from behind the desk. "We follow procedure in my barracks." "A magistrate was murdered on my watch, Captain." Donnan's voice was heated. He could never keep his temper in her presence. "I'm not letting the killer get away." "You left the scene without a thorough search of the market." Hendalen began pacing, her voice like cold steel. "You harassed a magistrate's widow, and you practically broke down a comp's door. How different can your culture really be? A lot of our culture is imported from Canada, made by imported Canadians." Well, actually, this is true. Like, there's a lot of overlap between. I mean, clearly, different countries, different cultures, but I do think there's a lot of overlap. Oh yes, she turned to glare at him. Sorry, I've got to get my noir voice on. She turned to glare at him. "All before dawn. If you want a warrant, you damn well better have hard evidence to justify it." "I know that de Favre isn't telling us everything," Donnan insisted. "Let me bring him in and forget it." She crossed back to her chair. "You've got nothing. You're not arresting a man on a feeling, Brnokovic." "Captain," he protested. From behind her paperwork, the captain waved for him to be silent. "You're 2 weeks from retirement, guardsman. You want to stay in the ranks long enough to get pensioned? You follow procedure. Find me evidence and quit wasting my time. Dismissed." Will you be brave enough to visit my grave? It's a long way up, mate." "Death by seal. Kiss from the rose." "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it." So, what we know about the lead in this story is that he doesn't follow the rules. The house, I assume you mean, most days, not the noose. I would be worried if you weren't leaving the noose. I'd worried what that meant. There's a cool owl facing inwards. Interesting. Stuff there. Going outside is dumb. It's bright and full of people, and there's no games out there. This is true. There are no games outside. Ooh, we're opening up things. What's going on? There are people talking. Who are they? Let's loot things. I just feel like,
You're a scoundrel and a liar, Reeve, and probably a filthy cheater. Take this money, you ass.
Yeah, I think this is the thing, right? I think that we're North Americans, and I think that there's a lot of affinity there. Care Bronach. Who is this? Who's speaking? We have to find out who this is first. Henry Lannon. Okay. The biggest difference is you have health care. And Mounties. Right? Mounties. King Brandel erected Caer Bronach in 826 Blessed, intending for the fort as a stopover garrison for Ferelden soldiers fighting Orlesian invaders. The village of Crestwood takes its name from the fort's first captain, Sir Venar Crestwood, who held Caer Bronach longer than anyone thought possible against a vanguard of the Legion army. When the fort's defeat seemed inevitable, Sir Crestwood opened the gates, holding a flag of truce, and challenged every chevalier in the Imperial army to a duel. Amused, one Orlesian officer accepted the offer. Sir Crestwood swiftly cut him down. 8 more followed. Honor and the watching soldiers forcing them to fight, Sir Crestwood one-on-one. The 10th challenger finally managed a fatal blow, only because Sir Crestwood had slowed due to blood loss from previous injuries. Impressed Sir Crestwood's tenacity and endurance, the remaining officers left the small village around the fort untouched as their legions made for the capital, sparing hundreds of innocent lives. Minnesota Canadian Light Fair. Yes, I'm just saying, gaming room and Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts. From notable fortresses, castles, towers, and other edifices of interest in Ferelden by Henry Lannon. Who are these people hanging out?
You're a scoundrel and a liar, Reeve, and probably a filthy cheat.
Maybe. Yep. What? What are you doing?
Just catching up with each other after an assignment.
Really? What is this? What are you doing? Just don't lock the door. I'd love to come to Canada, but Canada doesn't need any more IT people. Oh. I actually was in Canada for a conference. I was in Victoria. No. Yes. 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 Victoria? I was in British Columbia. Victoria. I was in Victoria. It was very nice. I feel like I wasn't in Victoria. Yeah. Let's, just don't lock the door.
That part's fine. Just don't lock me out of my own keep.
No, Inquisitor. It won't happen again. I swear it.
Nose a little brown, Reeve.
Quiet, you.
Yeah, come on. Let's see what else is going on. Oops, careful. Oh, hey, it's a book. A magister's needs. I think they say magister here. Sister Aulia. Dearest sister, it's been an age since I've written, but I simply had to thank you. Your advice was perfect. Just a few gossips bought with gold, and everyone in Minrathous thought Kinnerus and I were the most dreadful rivals. And I were the, it let us indulge a little love affair without his wretched family interfering, if only for a little while. Kinnerus himself sadly turned out to be less ideal. I caught him carrying on behind my back with a Separati of all things. Can you imagine? There was nothing for it. During the quarrel, I threw boiling water in his face. Let his Separati kiss the scars better. He's cowering in his mansion now, pretending he was hurt in a duel. No doubt he'll want revenge. Don't worry, dear sister, I took precautions. Don't tell anyone, but my master taught me a few secrets that should keep me safe. A ritual cost me the mansion's kitchen slave. Lena, I think she was called. But I've enough power now to keep Kinnerus from trying anything foolish. Kitchen slaves can be bought by the dozen at the market, so there's no harm in it. Smaller cities need young professionals. Big cities already have a shit ton. Yeah, you're not young anymore. Oh! Oh! Yes, I'm on the Discord. I feel wonderful, dear sister. Won't you come to Winter's Inn for this year? I'll have my new slave trained to make your favorite lemon cakes by then. It'll be perfect. Letter from Magister Delphine to her sister, Aulia, 865 Blessed. That sounds like some Teventer sketchiness. Oh, I will tell the tale of your life. It'll be amazing.
No.
Will Her Highness sulk in the corner all night?
There'll be music. This is probably true. Unless I live forever. I mean, this is also a possibility. Not a great possibility, but, you know. Alright, so let's see if we can... What we're trying to do is find... there's a quest, and there's also a claiming thing that we can do in this area, and I want to do both. Hey, and all of our people are ready to report in. That's great.
Someone needs to deal with the last of Crestwood's highwaymen.
Who has time?
If
Oh.
or travelers.
We're all just going to go and be great together.
Good point, but I've got a code to unscramble if you want to know who killed Comte Bayeux last week.
What is this about bandits?
Are the highwaymen still in Crestwood?
Yes, your worship. Now that their fort is gone, the bandits are ambushing travelers.
Crestwood won't stop them either. The town's still reeling from the undead.
Critwitch, you're only in for what? You're only in 4 what? Oh, in 4 discords, right?
6-pointed star. Inverted crown.
I love the little chat that all the people in the background are doing. You breathe drama. That sounds like a badass thing to say, HQ. Like drama, I breathe drama. Dun dun dun. Dramatic looks. We are at this point. We're going to try to find our way to the other side of the keep because I know that there's stuff, and I want to find the stuff. Let's see. TNT does know drama. This is true. Well met. Let's see if... Oh, there's a mosaic. Hey, we're finding lots of stuff. That's exciting. But, TNT is an American channel. And it is also, I suppose we'll just go on the other side. Look, I know that there are some quests for us here, and also a, maybe on this side? Look, all of our people hanging out.
No. She fooled them into thinking she's from the court in Valrior. They'll treat her well. For a while.
It's our fault for sending her out without a partner.
An agent was captured?
You're saying one of our spies is compromised.
Yes, Inquisitor. Miller was captured in Valshavan.
She was after valuable information. Perhaps arrangements could be made to bring her back.
Ooh, so we have to rescue the spy. I think we might have found it. By the way, it's clear that my entire keep is just like a spy haven. That's cool. No judgment. So, we need to go... It looks like we want to head east, maybe. Because I suppose we want to go there, maybe? Look, there's a way to claim a thing. And if there's a way to claim a theme... Turner! Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Turner just sort of owns everything, though, doesn't he? The Turner Classic Movie Channel, Turner Network. Craft armor. What is this? As long as they're my spies. So, I feel like we're not where I want to be. I want to be... Do you think this will get us there, maybe? Oh. Hello. Where are we here? Interesting. Is there... Oh, I know where we are. I'm not lost. I'm exploring. It's totally different. If you're exploring, you're not lost. Right? Right? So, I feel like we're so close to... Oh, gosh, where are we? I know you're thinking, uh-huh. No, look, so it's totally gonna work out. I'm going to find a way to get... I'm gonna fall off. It's gonna be great. 2 hours.
Must grind your gristle, the Elder One is some crazy Vint asshole.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to discover we should take those old legends at face value.
Guess he thinks the modern Imperium is a
Why wouldn't he? Tevinter once covered all Thedas. Its glory only matched by its depravity. It'd be like Koslan showing up and learning the Qunari didn't conquer the world after all.
Yes. Priesthood's been trying to explain that one for centuries.
So, Lost people never say that. Alright, hold on. We're just gonna look at the map. See, I will look at the map. I will totally do it. So, there's a thing, claim the landmark thing, and I just want to claim the landmark. And I feel like, no! I'm totally using the GPS all day long. I will use it all day long. Let's just jump outside. Ouch. And see if we can claim it from over here. Maybe that's the way? If you... You know what? I was in the army and trained to look at maps. I will look at maps all day long. All the time. Alright, so... We are... I'm not quite sure what it gives you, but... Is this it? Okay, we're gonna claim it. Doom! The gallows of Caer Bradach. The gallows by the fortress are left over from when Orlais... oh, Sister Vaughn, sorry. I get a special card. I think that if you, if there's a girl card, it involves, being a secret assassin, and knowing Wing Chun, and also flying. The gallows by the fortress are left over from when Orlais warred with Ferelden. Let us be grateful they have not seen use in years, apart from children using their ropes as swings before the gamekeeper chases them off. From the memoirs of Sister Vaughn of Crestwood. Somewhat fair, Jer, somewhat fair. Okay, so we have claimed this whole keep. I think we've looted it. There was that one dungeon kind of back doorway that I think we should check out. Yeah, totally. Slayer's, yes, you get Slayer's club cards, which is sort of like a Fry's club card where you get steaks in bulk. But rather than meat steaks, it's wooden steaks. This is my thought on that one. So the one thing we needed to... Oh. Hello. Spindleweed. I just think that we should, at this point... Yes, Buffy. There was a door that we couldn't get into until we claimed the keep, and we're just going to go and check it out now. Yep, now we know HQ is a vampire slayer. Everybody knows it, and it is true. So now, but the question is, who is her watcher? Solus. Okay, we're gonna open it. We're gonna see what's down here. Nosferatu hype. Okay. No, I think that's probably bad. So we're hanging out here in an underground sort of thing. What do you think it's about? Do you think this is where people try to escape? Yeah, no, it's true. We are run by vampires. You don't want to do it. So what is this place, do you think?
Just once, we should enter a cave and see normal-sized spiders.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Let's, kill all of the giant spiders. How about that? Oh, giant spiders. I'm glad that I'm not afraid of giant spiders in video games. Because that would be unfortunate. It does, right? You think that that orange sunblock is there for no reason? No. Vampires. It's always vampires. Oh, that... I'm thinking of one of the final lines of the film Lost Boys, right? Like, there are too many... That was the problem with Santa... Oh, Santa... It was like not Santa Cruz, but it was like faux Santa Cruz. It's true. And then it was like, there are too many damn vampires in Santa something or other. So, we're hanging out here in this cave of giant spiders, getting deep mushrooms, and looting things, investigating new areas. It's very exciting. Ooh, so, everybody, I don't know if there are some lurkers that we have not spoken to us yet hanging out. Exactly. But if there are, I just want to say hey to everyone. And I'm Trooper SJP. This is the Academic Foxhole. And you can follow if you like. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. If there are lurkers. Not giant lurkers that are like evil, like spiders, just like regular lurkers. Yeah, it's interesting, right? That they just sort of go with the giant spider as if that's the way to do it. I had a friend who just couldn't play. Yeah, a lot of giant spiders, a lot of crates. At least RPGs. I don't think there's been any giant spiders in... Oh. This is true. But I'm also thinking about doing a Friday tabletop thing, a tabletop RPG. Oh, hey! Look at that! Sweet! Alright, excellent. We've discovered everything. The cave is huge! It's the best cave! We're leaving. We're going to go out. Yay! I've got some thoughts about, Hey, Remption! Nice! You know, you are, awesome in every way. Remption is super cool, and, in Discord, Remption has a photo that has super dramatic hair that I love. I'm just gonna keep... Remption hype! Alright, so we need to leave, is what we need to do. And we need to find our way out of this keep. And I am not lost, you're lost. Hides in corner. No, your hair is super awesome. I don't think it's just like, it's super cool. It's got like, it's dramatic. And I do enjoy dramatic hair. There was, how do we get out of here? This is my question. How do we leave? And this is not the way to do it. Alright, let's see. We are here. We want to escape. You know what? We're just going to go back through the cave. We know that will get us out of there. And then we don't have to worry about it. See what happens? Why did you miss the hair? You missed the hair. Actually, I don't think this was the way. Right? Was it? Maybe it was? Violet Parhair. Parhair? I don't even know what Parhair is. We're going this way. Hey! Well, that was one way out. I don't think it was the way out that we originally went, but it got us out there. Alright, we're looking for wardens. There are ways to find them, and we will find them. But, because Paladin Hunk told me... Oh, yeah! We're gonna save. Because it is important to save. I think I've played for 55 hours with you all. Nice for hanging out with me for 55 hours, talking about life, love, the universe, everything that needs to be talked about. Save the game, save the world. So, where are we now? We clearly came out a different direction. Oh, Old Crestwood. Shall we go into Old Crestwood? Let's just see where we are. Alright, well, let's do that. I don't know if there's a... What is this? This is weeding out bandits. High stakes, find butcher. Holding Crestwood. So this apparently is where the ally is. But we're just really close to this, Newt Crestwood is way better. It's really true. Old Crestwood, boring. So we're just gonna go into Old Crestwood and see if there's anything there, since we're already here in the area. And I just want you to know, this is the best thing ever. Like, between you and I cleared out not all of my inventory, but a lot of my inventory, and it was beautiful. The old rusted horn. Alright. So it's a tavern. And before I go in there... Oh! You know something I don't know, HQ. And I bet it's going to be really exciting. It does! Old Crestwood really does sound like a racing horse. And coming up on the left, it's Old Crestwood. Old Crestwood on the left. Hey, villager.
Don't mind us, just passing by.
The Inquisitor? We didn't know you were here, sir.
Yes.
Please don't tell anyone.
Why? Are you not supposed to be here? How did you get in here? How did you get in here?
How did you get past the guards?
There weren't any when we got here.
We just heard you killed the bandits, your worship. We didn't know you were moving in, we promise. You
Oh.
won't tell people we were here, will you?
No, just relax. It's fine. But this place, actually, this place is sort of romantic, to be honest. For the Teal Wardens, personally, yes. Why the secrecy?
Why would people care what you're up to?
Lonnie's mum and dad think I'm bad for her.
Oh.
We'll have to wait an hour to go back. Your father will still be up.
I knew this was a mistake.
We could try the caves.
You hate spiders.
You'll find somewhere next time.
Yeah, don't go into the caves. There are spiders there. It is not, it's not romantic. That's all. Let's see what else is happening in this, old abandoned inn with huge casks of wine. Oh, I need a key. Less exciting. But maybe there'll be something fun in here besides two secret lovers meeting. Oh, reading material. Not bad. First Blight, Chapter 1, but who has written it? I have to know the voice. This is by... Brother Genetivi. Oh, Brother Genetivi. Huge tracts of land. Let's do, oh, Brother Genetivi is sort of like a... Yeah, he's like this. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity, from the assassin princes of Antiva to the faded griffins of the Anderfels. But in my travels, I have found one tale that unites the people of this land. It's a story of pride and damnation, and although the telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. At the height of its power, the Tevinter Imperium stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under the rule of tyrannical magisters. It is said that the old gods whom the magisters worshipped gave them the knowledge of blood magic, and the magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel magister greed. The tales of their excesses so horrifying that one can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. But all that stands tall must eventually fall. Ha! I rhymed. Ha! Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds. But whatever the reason, the magisters dared to open a magical portal into the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to usurp the Maker's throne, long left unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back on his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become as gods. This is what the Chantry, in its oft-exercised tendency to understate, refers to as the second sin. According to most versions of the tale, the Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City and walked into the home of the Maker, where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. But humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect, holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through the gateway and cursed for their treachery. As the Golden City had been tainted, so were the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness, the very first of the Darkspawn. The Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride has cost. From The Tales of Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. So, here's a question that I actually have for you all to think and ponder. I'd love your thoughts on this. So we're playing in a fantasy realm where there is actually magic, and there are actually Darkspawn, and there are, mysterious dragons and whatnot. And when you read a story like this, right? About how way back in the day, thousands and thousands of years ago, the Tevinter Majors went into heaven and they, assaulted the Golden City and all of that. Do you think that these things actually happened? I mean, I think there still must be mythology, right? Even within a fantasy realm. Like, did these Tevinter Majors actually do that? Or is this some sort of, or is this just mythology that isn't actually true? Are there other stories? So this is a question that I have for you. It's about the role of myth in a realm where the magical is real. What do you think about that? That is my question for you all. Let me read this. The Rusted Horns menu. Welcome to the Rusted Horn. Ale 3 coppers, cold ale 10 coppers, wine 2 silver, brandy and Teevan 6 silver, bread and cheese 2 coppers, turnip and mutton pie 3 coppers, fish 3 coppers, stew 4 coppers, plate of wyvern wings, really chicken, 5 coppers, wyvern steak real 2 gold. Nice. Oh, loot. Let's just take some loot while we're here, because nobody else... You can actually see the Black City in the Fade. But I clearly should play Torment to find out. But we've got to play all of the excellence in narrative games first. Oh, I need the stupid key. And those are all very short, so I can usually... There's 6 of them, but one I cannot play because there's nudity. Like real nudity. There's sex scenes. See, this is true. The Fade reflects what you want to see. So, we're heading out. What was I thinking about? Well, we did a lot of stuff. I was talking about... I just lost my train of thought. Because I'm a... Yeah, no, it's a real head-scratcher, right? And I think it's really interesting, and I don't know the answer to that question, but I am curious. Old Crestwood. I don't think there's anything down here for us, so I think we have to go around. Which is fine. But, you know what I want to know? I do actually just want to know where we are on the map. And can I get around some other way? Let's see. Oh, hey, lightning. Rude. Oh, iron. I do wonder about the role of myth in fantasy spaces. And I think it's because I'm a bit of a skeptic. Oh! It looks shocking. Now I see you're quoting James Bond and Goldfinger. Yeah, I think we have to go back into this place and see if we can find our way out some other way. This is my life. My life is being like, what? I think, by the way, I might have figured out the regular keep, though, so you can be excited about that? That I may have found my way in our regular space. Let's go here. And is this it? I think maybe we have found our way out of... in the real world, I tend to err on the side of science. In fantasy... This way? I feel like we're slowly making our way out. Yes. Don't tell me how we made it, but we did. We made it. It was excellent. I just feel like just because there is magic doesn't mean that everything that is said is actually true, right? Hello, Old Market Road. So I feel like there's got to also be mythology. We're going to head right. I think that is going to get us to exciting spaces. Doesn't mean that there's not mythology in fantastical realms. Those are my thoughts on that. It's like, well, this is a Vampire the Masquerade thing that is about me being bitter, but that's cool. Oh, hey, look. That looks like red lyrium, and that does not look like a good thing. Yeah, see, this is interesting, right? Like, yeah, I had an elf, and elves don't show up in the, a dwarf, for Dragon Age Origin, and elves don't show up in the dwarves, pardon me, don't show up in the Fade. So my dwarf is like, whatever, maker, none of that business. She-Hulk say, what is the sound of a man's fury? It's a good question. So why is this here? Seems bad. No, that's awesome. Hey, got some obsidian. So we are... I don't know if this is the way to go, but we're going this way. Oh, hey, look, there's a cave that we didn't go into. We should go that way and see what the cave is about, because caves are exciting. Also, because who doesn't love giant spiders? I just have been Hard Case Crime, which is a book publishing house that publishes pulp crime novels, some of them from the 50s and 60s and some of them new ones. They have started putting out comic books, and I've picked them up. I just have not yet had the chance to read them, but I'm excited to do so. We're going to kill the things. It didn't go to sleep, though. Dead. We're going to hang out in this cave and see what's there. And hopefully what is there will be just... Why are we being attacked? We're being attacked. I think we're fine, right? Yeah, we're good. I want to know why people keep attacking us. We're just curious explorers wandering through in an exciting way. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. I was saying that I was, that quite a few of these, let's go this dark way first, because it's the less obvious way. Quite a few of these, excellence in gaming narrative games are really, really short, and you can do them in one session. So I feel like we do about 4 more of them, and then I can maybe do Torment. Although, I'm supposed to play The Gods Will Be Watching, so I feel like I should try that afterwards. Although, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. This is a true fact. Oh, hi. That's cool. But we're going back in because there was another path to take and we didn't take it. And I think it's important to take all of the paths. All of them. Oh, there was a little animal hanging out in the darkness. That's cool. There we go. This was the path that... We're getting dramatic music, so there might be a thing here. Maybe giant spiders. But... I don't know. Oh, a crumpled letter. A letter written in a quick hand. From everything you've told me, you must get out of Crestwood as soon as you can. I know it's dangerous, but I feel you'll have no chance at all if you don't attempt the trip. My father said that taking Dead Men's Pass will guide you safely past those filthy highwaymen. If you come at dusk, you should be able to avoid the wolves too. Hurry, my love. Sin. Oh, look! Giant spiders! Were you all surprised to see giant spiders? Because I was not. Because clearly, caves and giant spiders are best of friends. Is that dripping? They really did, right? Alright, well, we've got some dripping of... I do remember the spider lady. She was my best friend. She was not my best friend. Solus is rational and pragmatic, which I am. That's why I also get along with him. It's interesting, right? Because, I mean, he's rational, but well, dripping ichor, Icker. So this is interesting, right? To think about being rational in a realm of magic. Oh, hi. Then I suppose what you have to do is you have to treat magic... Oops. You have to treat magic as... You have to treat magic, then, like science. Or I suppose rationality works differently in a space where magic is real. That's what I would think. Alright. There were highway... Oh, we have somebody else. Who do we have? There's somebody... There are some sketchy people hanging out. And we are going to find them and murder them? But only in a pleasant way. Apparently not. I think we're fine. We're heading closer to the... Hey, lightning strikes. Yeah. This is true. But then it becomes interesting if magic works in mysterious ways, right? I mean, you can look at magic in a... Like, if magic is rational, like... as if it were alchemy, right? We can say, well, you do this and you do that. But I suppose it depends on whether you have a rational system of magic or a mystical system of magic. And I think you could probably have both, but they're different, I think. Hey, it's a farm. Why are people hanging in this farm? I think this is probably also true, actually. Or science might seem different and might have a different feeling to it. You know, like, it may not work in the way that science works for us. There's a rift over there. We should close it. Let's do that. We're going to close this rift, because closing rifts are good, and it's healthy. I actually need to get to where that rift is. Well, I think that's interesting because I think that it depends on how magic works. There's certainly magic. It also depends on who's using the magic, right? I think that magic has a lot of different kinds of functions and stories. Oh, I'm being injured. I'm being injured a lot. And there's some bad people here that I am not happy about. I think about, for example, Lord of the Rings. A lot of the magic in the Lord of the Rings is quite mysterious, and you don't really quite know how it works, right? I think, for example, you can look at, is magic done by NPC, like if you think about it in a gaming sense, right? Is magic done by NPCs or PCs? If magic is done by PCs, then it has to be logical, and it has to have rules, and it has to make sense so that the player characters can know how to work it, like how it functions. But if it's rare and done by NPCs, then mysteriousness is often quite useful for those kinds of stories where you don't know what the rules are. It's like, well, yeah, but it's not, yeah, okay, it's not, I was just looking for, what was I looking for? You distracted me with your exciting talk. Yeah, but Sanderson's laws are for a certain kind of magic. Never eat shredded wheat. West. And it's like fairies, right? Like some fairies, like... Oh, let me put it this way. It's like some superheroes have lots of random powers that can change. And that's okay in some kinds of stories. Are my friends having a fight right now? What are you doing, friends? Where are you? Oh, never mind. All right. Clearly you want us to have fights in here. We will have fights in here. I just think that no, we're going to go up this way. I just think that the rational magic works well for some settings and works less well for other settings. Yes. There are settings where you want your magic to be capricious like Puck and like the old Fae, where you don't... we're very close. Right? There's certain, like... It's like the old elves, right? There are old elves that are not like fantasy elves. They're mysterious, capricious, and you don't really always know what their powers are. Yes, I know, but again, there's a whole Deus Ex Machina thing. There are different traditions of storytelling is all I'm trying to say. And we are currently in a space where those are the kinds of rules that, like, Sanderson's rules are the rules that we expect. But those are not the... Like, it's right here. It's, like, right there. But those are not the only... So there's a thing, and it should be right here. Maybe I just need to kill bandits. There's a difference between having a rule and having magic be rational. That's not the same thing. You know, here's what I will say. You think it's boring and lame, but I want to point out that their entire narrative traditions where they really like hand-wavy things coming in at the end to solve all their problems. And like, in the same way that we are living in a time period where we really like complicated anti-heroes. Where was I? Oh yeah, so like we like complicated characters that are three-dimensional and whatever that means, right? But their entire traditions of narrative, yes.
Are Navaran cities of the dead actually filled with undead?
Of course. The Mortalitazi lure spirits to possess every corpse buried there.
And don't let them wander around willy-nilly?
Only in the abandoned areas. The rest are sealed up in their tombs, I suppose.
Forever? I almost feel bad for them.
After a time, the moaning grates on the nerves. Trust me.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that there are entire traditions of narrative that actually love the Deus Ex Machina. That's why we actually have the term, because entire opera and plays and just entire narrative traditions where what people want is a Deus Ex Machina to come in and solve all the problems at the end. So I mean, it's just that there is a tradition for that, and while that is no longer the fashion, a lot of opera. That's where the term Deus Ex Machina comes from. A lot of earlier plays in the Renaissance, where you'll have the heroes have problems, and then God will come in and solve all their problems for them in the end. Greek theater, yeah. I mean, like there are a lot of these traditions where this is melodrama, also as well as another one where this will happen. We in the 20th and 21st century have no longer been excited by that as a tradition, but they are narrative traditions that have long histories, and that while people may not like them now, people did like them. In the same way that having exceedingly what we would call one-dimensional good people is no longer fashionable, but it was. Yes, that is true. Shakespeare did change how we tell stories. I just looted some cheese. I want to jump off this wall, but I know that will kill me, and so I won't do that, because that would be a bad idea. I can't see where I am. It makes me feel like I'm in danger. I probably am. Woo! Ooh, hey. But also, if you think about, like, 19th century melodrama, their idea of what a character was very different. Like, we want really different things from characters now than people then did.
Red Templars ahead.
Be cautious. They look well armed.
Okay. Like there were entire sort of archetypal stories where people are more archetypes than three-dimensional characters. Yep. And let's save, by the way. And we would think of them as being two-dimensional, right? We would think of them as being boring because we want our heroes to be conflicted and we want anti-heroes. Oh, I don't think it's worse at all. Oh, I see. No, but this is just about yeah. And I just think that's like a thing to sort of, it's a thing to sort of recognize that people, they want different things in different moments in their narrative. The guide of Falon Din. Falon Din sought someone to be his messenger and companion. The wind was swift, but Falon Din refused to chain it. The people were loyal, but could not live where Falon Din walked. Then the owl came to him and said, I am not cowed by darkness. Let me serve you, who also has no fear of night. Falon Din accepted gladly, and took the owl as his servant, who thereafter helped Falon Din guide the people through the passage of the Veil. From Animals of the People, as told by Elethin, keeper of Clan Telanan. Oh, that's why there are all these owls everywhere. I don't know if you know this, but, what is that? Whatever it is, we're going to kill it. Right, so I don't know if you know this, but in the 19th century, people thought that Shakespeare's tragedies were too depressing, and so they would regularly sort of put what we would call Hollywood happy endings on Shakespeare's tragedies. So Romeo and Juliet did not die in the end because they thought that Shakespeare's original version was not good storytelling. They thought that people should live happily ever after. So it's just like thinking about the ways in which people have really different ideas of what good narrative is at different times. That's all. And things that we think of as being ridiculous, bad, or not good were considered excellent. And I'm always surprised sometimes, I need to get up there. I'm always surprised sometimes at the ways in which, so, like, and I think this is really interesting. Do you want happy endings? Do you want not want happy endings? I think one of the reasons why, oh, hi. One of the reasons why we have a problem with Superman is that Superman is about a certain kind of earnestness and sincerity that is just not fashionable anymore. Like, we are not into earnestness and sincerity in our narratives. We find it corny. Whereas those kinds of stories, those kinds of stories were par for the course, right, in the 30s and 40s. This is true. So I just think it's really interesting, right? I think it's interesting to think about. We're getting a lot of intense red lyrium. Ooh. Yeah, right. And whereas if it were being made today, you know, actually, here's a really interesting bit of data I think you'll find thinking about sort of narrative expectations and what people want and what people think of. Ooh, it's an astrarium. We're gonna do it. What people think of as good narrative. Here's a thing I think you'll find, I don't know, maybe you won't find it interesting. I find it super interesting. So you know the movie La La Land, yes? Do you mind if I tell you all spoilers? Do you mind? Do you mind? So I'm just going to tell you a spoiler for La La Land, and I just hope you all survive it. So in La La Land, the couple doesn't get together in the end, right? They you know, it's a story of a musician and an actor, and they have this love affair and it's difficult, and in the end they don't get together, right? So here's what's really interesting about that. In the 1970s, Scorsese made the film New York, New York with Robert De Niro and Liza Minnelli, and that is basically the exact same story, right? Musician and musician, and then Liza Minnelli's the actress, and they have this sort of complicated relationship, and in the end they don't get together, right? And they go off and have their careers, but they don't make it together. And what's interesting is that when that movie happened, everybody was really upset with the ending. They thought the ending was terrible. They thought the fact that they didn't get together in the end ruined the movie, and Scorsese apologized. But now we think that they didn't get together is one of the things that helps makes it an Oscar, right? An Oscar contender. And I think that it's important to think about the ways in which, in just 40 years, our narrative expectations have changed so much that one film could be thought of as being a failure because of that ending, and the other one could be thought of as being really amazing because of that ending. And I think it's just sort of important to think about what those narrative expectations are and what we think of. Constellation, Chios. Referred to as chaos in common parlance, the constellation Chios is thought to represent the old god Zazikel. These stars have often been depicted as ill omens. Thus, in the Tower Age, a movement within the Chantry sought to change the constellation to a representation of a dove. It did not gain traction. According to folklore, the priest behind the effort fell from a bridge and died shortly after Divine Joyous II made the decision against her. I maintain that this never actually happened and is nothing more than astrological superstition. From A Study of Theodosian Astronomy by Sister Oren Petrarchius. Close. Ooh. This is true, and then they changed it. Yeah, I am sad they changed that myself, but I'm never a test audience. They never ask me what I think. Maybe they should. We still need to kill these bandits. It's fine. We're going to go into this cave and see what's there. You know, sometimes test audiences, I think, are questionable. The test audiences, they change the ending to... they changed the ending to Fatal Attraction as well. In the ending of Fatal Attraction, what's-her-face, Glenn Close's character commits suicide, and she kills herself. And the audiences didn't think that was they didn't like that ending. They wanted her punished more. They didn't like the fact that she killed herself. So they ended up having her murdered in the end by the good guys because the audiences wanted that. Which, there you go. Oh! Thinking about other sort of ideas of narrative expectations, during the time of the Hays Code, which is roughly from like 1933 to when New Hollywood happens, I like open endings too. Let's see. Sealed orders. Oh. Knight Templar Sturge. There's a small ruin in the hills above Crestwood. A tiny place, but it's old and elven, so leave no stone unturned. General Sampson's orders. You've been told what to look for, so I expect a report once you're done. Copy down any elven writing you see. Knight Lieutenant Morn. Interesting. We'll have to go there and check it out. Oh yeah, so during the time of the Hays Code, which is, so basically 1933, although I think it was actually enacted in 31, passed in 31, but didn't actually really come into effect and come into force until 33. Until New Hollywood youngsters come in and start, you know, changing things in the late 60s, and we get the new sort of rating system. All of Hollywood films, all the Hollywood films end up adhering to particular kind of narrative expectations, right? And so those expectations included that you were never allowed to have, the film was never allowed to generate sympathy for bad guys. Right, so you cannot show a villain being sympathetic. That's considered inappropriate. and villains are not allowed to win at the end of the story. So for the bulk of the 30s through the 60s, their idea of narrative appropriateness involved never having sympathetic villains and villains never being able to win. And then once, of course... Well, I think 23 and 17 is a big difference. I think that 30 and 24 is not that big of a difference, but 17 means that she doesn't have her own money. She doesn't have legal autonomy. She does not have her own place. Like, the power difference between Scott, a 23-year-old, and a 17-year-old who lives at home is, I think, quite a lot. Now, if she were a 17-year-old who lived on her own and was basically autonomous, right, then I think that would be different. We're looking for something. So I think it depends on the power situation between that 17-year-old and that 23-year-old. Ooh, bottle of Thetis. Antivan Sip Sip. Careful, this one's mean. About Foucault versus... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. Actually. Remshin, this actually makes me think of something interesting. Let me read this for you first. Careful, this one's mean. Arctic raised mean. Attic raised mean. Popular among highborn who wish to seem dangerous, but more at home grasped by the neck by those who actually are. Hey, Ice Bunny 101, how are you? Welcome to the Academic Foxhole, where we play games and then talk about like life, the universe, and all sorts of like deep things, and then also we talk about the characters in our games by overthinking them all the time. Those are the things that we do. Ooh, what a beautiful sort of cave. Nice, right? But I will say that wait, what is that? Is that a dragon? We're gonna save. We're just gonna save right now in case anybody was wondering what's happening. Hello. You are awesome, Ice Bunny, and I'm so happy you're here. And we are going to try to kill this bad guy, and that was the wrong thing to do. Sorry. I pressed the wrong button, and I screwed it up, and we're all gonna die. So that's great. Let's just hold on one second. We have, what is this? A jar of bees. Let's put a jar of bees on things. Because I feel like... Yes, but this is true. I think this is actually true about good movies not actually being good. They're just good for the moment until chase change. And I think that's actually true. And I think we can see that because there are things that were considered really good and we're like, that is not good. And then there are things that I think that we will think are good that we won't think are good later. And also, this is... all right, here's a thing. I think this is really interesting. There's a scholar, Richard Middleton, who's a music scholar, and his work was then sort of taken up by another music scholar named David Brackett. And Richard Middleton was talking about music and what makes music popular and what makes music last the test of time. Rent is a good example of that. And what he said was that for music to be considered great, and we could sort of take this to mean any sort of work of art, and you can disagree with this point of view, but I think it's an interesting point of view. He says that for music to be sort of last the test of time... Oh, it's a wyvern. All right. It's immune to physical effects. It's vulnerable to cold. Has greater electricity resistance. But, you know, that's because films are a particular genre, right? But there are techniques in the same we don't still use. You know what I mean? Anyway, what I was trying to say is that what he said was that what makes music sort of last the test of time is that it's what he calls undercoded, right? He says that a work of art can be undercoded or overcoded, and overcoded works are works wherein the meaning of it is very sort of clear and very specific and direct. And undercoded works are ones where the meaning is very unclear and you can sort of put your own meaning into it. And overcoded works are very specific to the moment, and that may be very important, they may be very, very great, but they often then don't work as well outside of that moment because it is about that moment. But undercoded works are ones in which you can sort of project your own meanings into it, and so therefore it can quote-unquote be great because you can project new meanings into it, right? I think about Shakespeare, where we sort of make Shakespeare, like, they did all these readings of, like, Hamlet as Oedipal, like an Oedipal complex, but that is not a concept that Shakespeare would have even been familiar with in that way. Virginia is completely an undercoded work, and I think it is not coincidental that Virginia got like 4, 5, 6 like awards and nominations. What do I need to do right now? Let me see what's happening. It has. Well, see, the thing is, it can be terrible for you, but on the other hand, there are going to be other people who think that the Suicide Squad is not terrible, you know? And I think that's a thing to really think about. And maybe in 100 years, people will think that the Suicide Squad is the best movie that has ever been made. This is a possibility. You know what? That is not what I want to do. I need to pause. Lyrium, what is this? This is, oh, pitch grenade. Let's send pitch here. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about, and let's have you take a mighty offense potion, and let's have you, me, send more bees every which way. And let's also have me use my big power, because this battle's not going well, and it's making me worried. Are we gonna be okay, do you think? I mean, this is a big wyvern. I don't know. Hey, we did it! We pulled out all the stops, and including thinking about the nature of art, and that killed the wyvern. The wyvern could not handle a discussion on the nature of art. That makes us pretty awesome. Side note. Yeah, and actually, I think about the ways in which, I mean, you take a look at something like, okay, for example, right? And then also, sort of think about this for a moment. What we think is the thing that makes a thing good also changes. So here's the thing, though, about it all subjective and making it meaningless. It's not meaningless because you are a human being, right? And I think that this is the thing. I think it's important to embrace the subject. I'm going to save, by the way. The fact that things are subjective. Like, I don't think that makes it meaningless. It makes it actually more meaningful, because knowing something that is subjective, because, all right, so I have to pause this because I have to tell you this thing. It's a thing. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? I don't have to pause it. I can just get into a big battle, and that will, we'll talk about this while we're fighting. Because it's all subjective isn't actually a meaningless phrase, because subjectivity is based in cultural and historical context, right? So, ooh, ouch. So the kinds of things that are working in a sort of subjective sense are dependent on the kind of time and space that you live in, right? So there are cultural consensuses, right? And subcultural consensuses. And what knowing that something that is subjective does, now it's less loud.
Does the Kunari priesthood tell your people about losing the war?
The usual. Water comes, water goes, but eventually the tides wear away the mountain, blah, blah, blah.
They've been fighting Tevinter for centuries and still haven't won.
Wait, you think we've been at war all this time?
It's barely an eye-watering slap fight, I'll grant you. But every now and again it heats up.
That's just force of habit. A real invasion's different.
What are they waiting for?
Don't know. Someone to tell someone to tell someone it's on again, I guess.
So here's the thing, though, about subjectivity, which I think is really actually sort of exciting, that there are larger sort of trends, right? The fact that as a society we think that something is good, or as a society we think that something is bad, becomes really interesting. It's not just like my individual thought. I mean, sure, some people might have idiosyncratic thoughts and feelings, but those become less interesting, right? But what becomes interesting is the larger trends. Like, what does it mean that in the 19th century they put happy endings on all of the Shakespeare plays? What does it mean that right now we're really interested in superhero movies, and that we now think that superhero movies are becoming something that is valued, right? I mean, there are interesting things that are still about subjective experiences, but they can give you some kind of larger meaning, right? And so, yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think that art is subjective makes it pointless or sad. It opens up more. I feel like it opens up more possibilities and gives you space for more significances rather than less. And that, I feel like, is whatever that is looks really bad. Why do we rewrite super but see, here's the thing though, you say that, but we could do it in different ways, right? But I want to point out that superhero movies were not popular 2 decades ago, right? If you want, or 3 decades ago. 3 decades ago, rather than superheroes in costumes and whatnot, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren and Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson, right? We were doing different things, right? We were going with the sort of the individual lone action hero guy, and then 2 decades before that, we were going with spies, right? So and then a decade before that, we were going with westerns, right, in the U.S. So I think, I agree, but I would like to think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. This is true, HQ. And I just want to know, Ice Bunny, I missed your comment because it went by so fast. Okay, so we just did all of that. That was really good. So we just need to come over here. Right, exactly. Superheroes wax and wane. You're like, no, you will not accept that Condor Man was not very popular. Talking larger trends. Larger trends. All right, we're heading there. We are going to find camp, and it is going to be excellent. By the way, folks, I feel super productive right now. I feel like we've done lots of really good things, and we're going to get to really good spaces. Did you really? Was Captain Canuck good? Or, oh, bad guys. Wrong button. Oh, yeah. So this is interesting. What I would say is that we do have there is a tendency to, and this sort of idea of the artist is genius, right? I maybe Captain Canuck. All right, let me reframe the question and not ask if Captain Canuck is good, but ask instead if Captain Canuck was effective for Captain Canuck's intended audience. Let me phrase it like, did Captain Canuck do what Captain Canuck was aiming to do? was Captain Canuck successful? That will be the question that I ask. So when it comes to the artist's genius, that is, again, right, and I think that it's not coincidental that you bring up Kant, because sort of, you have Kant, who's an Enlightenment thinker, and it was the Enlightenment where we sort of get this notion of, yeah, oh, no moose, no maple syrup gun. Wolverine is Canadian, right? So, I mean, Wolverine's Canadian. So what I was going to say is, Kant being an Enlightenment philosopher, it makes sense that he would talk about that because...
This might be a decent place for a spot of camping.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, but what I wanted to say was... Ooh, awkward. So what I was saying was that sort of it's the Enlightenment that sort of gave us the notion of the artist as genius. That's right, Alpha Flight 2. Before the Enlightenment, people didn't necessarily think about it in those terms. That was not what they were invested in. That was not what they were valuing. So if you think about somebody like Bach, I do not have Blood Lotus, and I really need Blood Lotus. I don't have Blood Lotus, people. This makes me sad. Ooh, hi, Dorian. Right, so Bach was not really considered a genius in his time. He was considered a person who just worked hard. You know what I mean? Like, he worked. That's what he did. Yeah, this is our life, right? This is the academic foxhole. This is what we do. Yes. Do you have something for me, requisitions officer? Oh. Well, I can't do it all. Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. There is loot. But yeah, right, before, like, the idea of being a composer, or even an artist, like, you just did your job, you know what I mean? But we have really changed that a bit. The Enlightenment sort of gave us this notion of the heroic individual, the genius. Oh, hey, Quartermaster. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if... I don't know, I suppose you could go young if you think that maybe... report.
What is it?
Well, first off, yeah. What is it? Oh, more geology. The thing is, here's where I have a problem with the universal unconscious as universal. People aren't universal, right? We don't have universal cultures. So that can't work. I mean, I suppose you could have maybe Zeitgeist, right, if you could do that one, and that might work out. But you'd have to sort of make the idea of the Zeitgeist specific to a time and place and a culture. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go and fight some things. A bear. Or something. Let's loot that. We're in trouble, folks. Yeah, this is what we get. I'm afraid this is your life. I need help, people, because I've got big animals trying to kill me. Which I do not appreciate, side note. But I will also say something that I think is interesting if you think about subjectivity. When we talk about how the world works, and we come up with these theories about... Yes, this is true! This is true! I know! You piss off the buffalo and it never works out well. So I was thinking about these, like, theories about how the world works. And I'm gonna say a thing. I will talk about paradigms. So here's the thing. I think we have these scholars and these theorists that talk about the way the world works, and we maybe laugh at them. And we can say, but that's not how the world works. And what I'm thinking is that it might actually be how the world works, but for them, right, in their context, they might be speaking truth, but only within their paradigm. So,
Warden and Hawk should be inside that cave.
oh, Bourdieu. I'm a musicologist who got their degree in critical musicology, so I will tell you what, I have read my Bourdieu, my Baudrillard, all of our good critical theorists. It is...
Glad you made it.
Hi, Hawk.
I just got here myself. My contact with the wardens should be at the back of the cave.
So, by the way, we're doing plot things. French philosopher. I saw other wardens, by the way.
The wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Preston. They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help me here. They might well be good men. They've been given bad orders.
I see. Well then, let's talk to Hawk a little bit more.
Let's go.
Oh, well, no, we're just going. We're going to save right now. Hold on. Bourdieu, French philosopher.
I must admit, Cassandra, I've never heard
Did you
of the
really?
Seekers of Truth.
Why would you? They do not exist in Tevinter.
But what are they? Some manner of super Templar? Is this one of those sudden secrets like proper hygiene?
Once we worked from the shadows, monitoring Templars and mages alike.
Ah, that clearly worked out well.
Your glibness does you no credit. The Mage Rebellion was beyond even our power to control.
Ice Bunny, tell me about your Bourdieu presentation. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. I'm waiting on Ice Bunny to tell us. That's what I want to know. I want to know how it went, and it's... Why did it suck? Why? And also, what was the context for this presentation? Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't even know. I don't know how it happens. I think it depends on what our, Hi. Don't try to kill me. Relax.
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
Put the sword down.
My name is Todd, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
Well, I had boring reading for several years. Yeah, I did so I do like cultural theory with music, and so I had to read a lot of French philosophers. And then, because I do music history, that also means I end up reading a lot of sort of German Enlightenment philosophers as well. Cultural theory and visual culture. That sounds super exciting, Ice Bunny 101. That sounds great. I could use another ally. Help me add all this up. I want information. Let's just go with the ally first, because I feel like if we get him to be an ally, then we can get all the information from him.
I'll take all the help I can get. I know the wardens have troubles of their own. I wonder, though, might those troubles have anything to do with Corypheus?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawk slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal, and I feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Maker, why didn't you tell me?
It was a Grey Warden matter. I was bound by an oath of secrecy.
First off, that is not my Hawk. So a couple of things. One, historical ideas of progress in the Enlightenment. That sounds so cool, HQ. Very, very cool. And Paladin, cultural theory is super interesting. And I think there are a lot of different sort of like schools that have come in and about, right? You can sort of think about the French, a lot of cultural theory will use the French philosophers, but then there's like a whole school of British cultural theory. They really did a lot in Birmingham, I think, actually. They did really cool things when it comes to sort of subculture, class, really, really neat stuff. really, and I mean, I think there's some really Stuart Hall, Raymond Williams, neat stuff, and then you get Birmingham School, and then just like a lot of there's a lot of really cool things. I've really enjoyed the sort of the top shelf cultural theory stuff that I've read. Really interesting, makes you think about things. And what I wanted to tell you all, this is what I wanted to tell you, is that I was thinking about Freud's idea of the Oedipal complex, right? And I think that I think the Oedipal complex is just bogus, but I also think it's possible that for Viennese fin de siècle middle-class people, the Oedipal complex was totally a thing, right? I think it's entirely possible that various theories can be true. Oh, the Frankfurt School. Spunny, can I tell you, one of the things that I study is, one of my areas of study is Weimar popular culture and music, and so like Adorno and I hang out all the time, and he and I get into arguments because he's dead, by the way, because Adorno hated jazz and popular culture in general, and so I always have to deal with Adorno and his sort of disdain of popular culture. So this is just a thing that I know way too much about Adorno. What is the calling? What is the calling?
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
The calling tells a warden that the Blight will soon claim him. It starts with dreams. Then come whispers in his head. The warden says his farewells and goes to the deep roads to meet his death in combat.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight? It is our greatest fear.
So Corypheus isn't controlling them. He's bluffing them with this calling.
That is a great mustache. Well, this is interesting. So they're trying to kill all the Grey Wardens. Let's see. How is this possible? Let's do that.
How can Corypheus make all these wardens hear the call?
I cannot say. We know little about him, save that he's dangerous. He is a Magister, as well as a Darkspawn, and speaks with the voice of the Blight. That lets him affect the minds of wardens, since we are tied to the Blight ourselves. It must be how he created this false calling.
It's interesting. I will say, Krellin, a couple of things. My mother never graduated from high school, and my stepdad, he graduated from high school, maybe took a couple of classes in community college, like one or two, but they both read lots of philosophy. On their own. Sometimes it was different philosophy than other people read, but they did. So if you want to, you can read whatever you like. That is all that I will say about that. So, boom, and you can be educated without having lots of degrees. Let's investigate. So, can Corypheus really do that?
Is the calling they're hearing real? Or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I know not. Even as a senior warden, I had heard only the vaguest whispers of Corypheus. The wardens believe that this calling is real, and they will act accordingly. That is all we know for certain.
Oh, really? I'm the first person in my family to go to college, actually. So we're like the opposite. But still, you know what? Just because you're the first person not to get a bachelor's doesn't mean you can't do whatever you want to do. I mean, there's some things you can't do, but I mean, you can read stuff if you want to. No judgment. I don't even work in my field of study. Oh. Sometimes, it's funny though, I will say that the people I know who got degrees, who actually studied formally computer science, end up often being able to write more efficient code than people who study on their own. Like, I've studied computer programming on my own, and I'm always amazed. And I'm not bad at it, actually. I mean, I'm not great. I'm not bad. But people I know who actually studied sort of code engineering, they can do amazing things.
You said all the wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you?
Sadly, yes. It lurks like a wolf in the shadows around a campfire. The creature that makes this music has never known the love of the maker, but at times, I almost understand it. We must uncover what Corypheus has done and end it. This cannot stand.
This is true. I will also say that we may have a weird thing about trades, but like trades are awesome. And I remember I was talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody. I said, "Well, why do you want to go to college?" It's like a middle school kid. I was talking to middle school kids or high school kids. Maybe high school kids I was talking. Yes, exactly, Remshin. So I was talking to somebody, he's high school students, and I was like, well, why do you want to go to college? And they're like, because we want to make a lot of money. And I was like, well, if you want to make a lot of money, become an electrician. Like, you will make you can make a lot of money, like, being an electrician. You don't have to go to college for that. So you have to have a better reason than just wanting a lot of money to go to college, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of ways to make a lot of money, and I don't think that's necessarily what college is about. So the wardens are desperate, the wardens are scared, the wardens are foolish. Let's say the wardens are scared.
So the wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, on the western approach.
I feel like this is a bad dude.
A ritual tower. Meet me there. We will find answers.
I feel like bad things are happening with the Grey Wardens. Yeah. This is a big bad, folks. Let's examine this book. Oh, regarding the calling. Interesting. But you know what? Those skills are really important. People really need it. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So many reps. Let's see. What kind of voice do we want? This is a knight. She's a knight. So let's see. Let's go something like so many refuse to speak of it, but we're gonna do a Mae West voice. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Mae West voice for our knight. So many refuse to speak of it, but how can we know it? How can we know it? How can we identify it? If we do not share it, the calling is not a source of shame. The song that whispers in the back of my mind is no evil upon my soul, but the mark of a life well lived in service of a greater good. If all things come from the Maker, then this too not part of his plan? Could it not be a gift, a final haunting melody, to send us into the afterlife with hearts opened? Could this not be his song? It scratches at my thoughts, the music almost a voice, at once unearthly and beautiful. I found myself humming it aloud a few days past. Where once it intruded, it now feels a natural part of my mind's course. It coils around memories I hold dear, training with Sir Keller, riding in the moonlight, my mother's face the last time I saw her, and inserts itself into them so that I could almost swear that music, that sense of presence watching and calling, had always been a part of what I remember. Hey, Dema! Thank you. Very nice to see you, Dema. You're awesome. This is what the senior wardens warned us of, I imagine. I should not find it beautiful. I must remember the corruption and recognize that my mind is slowly losing the wit to differentiate between this world and that which would consume and destroy it. I can. I will tell the wardens tomorrow. I have seen their looks. They already know, I suspect. I will heed the calling and go the deep roads to die with the dwarves, fighting as a Grey Warden should. But if I am to die, after all I have given, can I not at least allow myself the pleasure of the song's beauty? The final pages of To My Fellow Wardens by Sir Marjorie Barron. Dema! Now I want to sing Dema Las Vegas, which, yes. I need them to pay for the pizza. Can I just say that everybody here, all 14 of you, at least that's what my notes are saying, there are 14 of you, you are all the best, and I think you're awesome. This is what I want to tell you all. And I'm so happy that you're all here.
Hopefully we'll find some answers in the Western approach.
I hope so too. We just did like a plot thing. It's so good. This is like, honestly, my folks, yeah, all of y'all, Dema, I will tell you what you missed. You missed a whole lot of philosophizing. It was really, really good. So we need to go, where do we need to go? Judith is there. There's some stuff there. There is, we are all special snowflakes. Aww. What? I am, but see, they're different kinds of bests, right? I think that one can be, I feel like, nice, Dema. I feel like one can have a slightly, alright, I think that a certain kind of superlative best is not particularly useful, but I feel like the best is in doing the best. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do your best. And that's the kind of best that I like. People who try, people who strive, people who really attempt to do what's right, and, you know, that's what I think about. And sometimes you fail, but failing is part of doing your best. Ooh. Oh, to get or not to get a burger with fries? That is not actually a question. The question is always to get the burger with the fries. Yeah! Oh, you're in the sky. Oh, no, but that is still beautiful. That is still beautiful. The Pit in the Pond. Who's reading this? Sister Vaughn of Crestwood. 3 trout pond hides, a sinkhole, hundreds of yards deep. Darkspawn emerged from this and other caves to attack Crestwood during the Blight. The flood that wiped out old Crestwood drowned the blighted ones, and the excess water created the pond we see today. If the dam was not damaged, we would have never survived the Darkspawn. Was the Maker's hand in this? I cannot believe he would be so purposefully cruel to his children, flawed though we are. From the memoirs of Sister Vaughn of Crestwood. Oh, I will see you later, Dema. I will see you later. We've got like another half hour. I'm very excited. So we have got. Bye, Dema. No pizza. Oh, speaking of which, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do food-wise, because today is my today I actually am playing Call of Cthulhu. Let's go over here and find this person, which is west. I'm playing Call of Cthulhu today at 4 Eastern.
You spend a lot of time polishing it?
Oh, haha, masturbation joke. Got it. Yes, I'm playing. Poor Buffalo. All I do is kill Buffalo. It's all Buffalo damage all the time. Yes, so today is my Call of Cthulhu day over Skype. Claudia canceled. Oh. I hope all is good. What was I going to tell you all? Oh yeah, so I'm playing Call of Cthulhu at 4, and so when we close up around here around 3-ish. Oh, she's sick. Oh, we should send her some sort of maybe I'll find a good song, and I will send her a song. And that's what I will do. I will find a song for her, so that she can maybe be less sad. Less, like, maybe she'll just feel better in her sickness. I love the kind of details they have over there, things that we will never actually see ourselves. Oh, hi. I knew there was something. Ooh. Why always buffalo? Why? Why the buffalo? Yeah. And dead buffalo. What I learned from playing Virginia is that killing the buffalo is a bad idea, and that you're supposed to embrace the buffalo, and so I feel like right now it's not good. I need Blood Lotus like whoa. This is true, actually. Ooh! HQ, tell us a story of Buffalo. Tell us a Buffalo story. I want to hear it. Oh. Yeah, I think this is our friend. Our spy. This stack of papers is so blood-soaked that pages stick together. Buffalo Bear's gonna come out tonight. Yeah, only a few lines are still legible. I don't know if y'all know. Some of you, Krellin might know. Some of Jer might know. Buffalo Stance by Nina Cherry. Yeah. 90s, 80s. Fighting the Crestwood Dragon on Nightmare difficulty. Not only am I getting raped at each corner, but I decided to go kill a dragon. Uh-oh. There's a dragon here in Crestwood? Uh-oh. After knowing... Who is this? Who's reading this? Oh, Butcher. Alright, this is Butcher. After knowing who he truly serves, it was an easy thing to discover his compatriots. I lifted a list of their spies from one before I left. We have little time before the theft is discovered, so I advise we move post-haste. I was followed, but do not fear, I lost my pursuers and leads. Only our closest friends know my final destination. Butcher. That's no good. Reinforcements? Oh.
Templars. What would have happened if Corypheus hadn't interfered?
Badness is everywhere. Oh. All of your potions are depleted? Bad news. Are you going to be okay? Cassandra never dies. She's the real hero of this story. If we want to be honest, she's the real hero. Oh, hey, people can level up. Almost done killing the dragon. Almost. Oh. Okay, that is the worst. Buffalo are the worst. They're the worst. So I'm thinking, my friends, that we can hit that one corner down here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff over here. Oh, I am so sorry. That is so terrible. Yeah. Let me... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to level up. Shall we? We're just going to... How about... Yes, we level up. Let's do that. Buffalo the worst, and I do not approve of them. So there's me. Here's Dorian, and we're using Dorian on lots of Spirit and Storm is what we're doing with him. So we can give him, what is this? Dispel? We could give him Dispel. Oh, I haven't even found the dragon. Apparently it will happen. But maybe we could give, why don't we just see what's happening in Storm? Maybe there's a better Storm thing we can do. We could maybe do this Energy Barrage. Or Lightning Bolt. It is... That's what Cassandra's all about. You know what? Let's do Energy Barrage. That seems like it could be fun. And then let's go to Cassandra. Oh, she's got this... Oops, pardon me. That's not what I wanted. I was... You know what? I should have done this... I messed up. I wanted to give him Necromancer stuff. Oh, Dorian. Respawning enemies are totally bullshit. I do not appreciate it. I never appreciate that. So she has got this new thing, Templar. Oh. Vanguard. So I think that we should... what is this? This is two-handed. What's her other thing that we're doing with her? Oh, a little bit of Vanguard. But let's do Templar stuff. That seems like it could be fun. What is this? Spell Purge. And this is Blessed Blades. Yeah, we're going to do that. Sounds good. Oh, nice. Well, that's really wonderful. I'm glad you had a really good session of Shadowrun. That's really good. And this is Reaver, and I bet that could be fun. So let's just do that, and we'll apply that. You know, personally, I don't have a rule. Nice. For me, I don't have a rule of how much combat will happen. I just see what happens. I'm a sort of a simulationist GM that way. And that is not what I wanted. I wanted this. And I just sort of feel like what happens is going to happen, and we will find out. You know what we're going to do, folks? We're going to go back to the Citadel, and we're going to say hi to everyone, and we're going to talk to all of our people. Because we... oh. Yeah, I have done play-by... Oh, we have to go back there. Yeah, and tell them some stuff. Let's go back to the world map, though. And go to Skyhold. You know what, though? Here's what I'm going to say, though. If there are 3 sessions of non-stop combat, that's because the players want 3 sessions of non-stop combat. That's what I would say, right? Because I don't make the players go into combat. Like, sometimes people are going to go and provoke them or challenge them, but the players make choices, right? And if there's it always ends up in my bedroom. But if they're going to be like three sessions of non-stop combat, that's because the players are making choices where that's going to happen. I mean, I played in a game that we had, in 3 years, we had 2.5 combats over 3 years worth of gameplay. And that's because that's not what we as players were sneaky instead. Like, that's what we did. News from Thetis. Haven destroyed by Darkest Menace. Oh, we'll do the old-time radio voice. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrim Sanctuary of Haven, home to the new Inquisition, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and the Inquisition leadership survived, and have found refuge elsewhere. Crier Belinus. Always in the bedroom. Always in the bedroom. So, let's look at our map and see, because we want to talk to everyone is what we want to do. We want to say hi to all the peoples and talk to the peoples. What is this? Oh, I can get a specialization. That's cool. We should also do that. Zerg! This is all fair. So that's Blackwall. Let's just, to my left, maybe. Let's talk to Blackwall and see what Blackwall has to say.
So, this is Skyhold.
It is.
Come, let's walk the ramparts.
Okay.
Let's examine our fortifications.
Remshin, when I was taking theater classes back in college, I had to learn the Mid-Atlantic accent because our drama teacher was like old. And it was called American Theater Standard, and I was like, nobody talks like this anymore. We are safe for now. If we see him, he sees us. and we'll be ready for him. If we see him, he sees us, because I think my character's a little fatalistic.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Oh, you're no good to me dead. None of that business.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's a made-up accent, people.
Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
Yeah, no, it's true. But, like, again, it's a made-up accent. And I'm going to just say, like, I am not Andraste's chosen, people. Because I don't believe in Andraste.
They understand that I'm really nobody.
You're somebody. Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they'd be consumed by despair. We all would. They need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter.
Wow.
Listen to me talk. Your time is valuable, and I've wasted enough of it.
It's all right, Blackwall. It's true. HQ and I are super, super innocent. Also, why did you send me up here? I just want to kind of hang out in the courtyard, talk to all the people, get special training, and, I am, if I were the Maker, I'd have to, like, sort of talk in that ridiculous way all the time. Hello, how are you?
Hey.
This did happen, but that was like bad news gaming back in the 80s.
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
She is.
I have to go.
Alright, since they reset me somewhere, I've got to look at the map again and find out where I am. Alright, so I want to go up, and Iron Bull, Sarah, and Cassandra are that way. So, to my left and around. Because we're going to talk to all of our teammates and find out what's happening. Oh, really?
Inquisitor, huh?
Oh, nice.
You've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What is she streaming? What is she doing? What is she doing? What is her stream going to be? Oh, I didn't know because I was here. Also, what time tonight? Because I'm gaming from like 4 to 9 Eastern. Oh. Let's find out what Iron Bull has to say.
What did you want me to come see? Here, come on. I'll show you.
Are you going to take me away from... See, look at that. So 5 Pacific. So that's 8. I will miss the first hour.
Why am I dressed like this? You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time. I promise.
Oh, they're doing M&M tomorrow?
Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim.
Oh.
He doesn't talk much.
I will say little.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Ooh. I don't want any next empire. I'm just going to say little.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't think the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
I'm not saying much. I don't want to build any kind of empire.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option. But a few faces might help.
I know, right? Maybe they only know me by my voice. I'm gonna say that this was depressing. Well, no, let's get more information first. Why did you act like that?
You made it sound like you didn't like the Inquisition.
People don't always tell the truth when you're polite. You've got to poke them a bit.
I will say this is depressing because I don't like the idea of them wanting to make a new empire.
I might be sending these soldiers to their deaths. Now I know their names.
If you're sending them to their deaths, you can give them that much.
That's not what I meant.
Remember that, no matter what comes next.
I just want to point out, that's true, her face is on the money. I do want to point out that, just side note, I didn't say depressing because I was like, now I know their names, now they're going to die. That wasn't why I said it was depressing. I said it was depressing because I wanted to make I'm trying to do a good thing here, and various people want to have empires. That's why I said it was depressing. They misread me, which I don't appreciate. Hey, Cassandra, what's up?
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
I'm gonna just stay out of this one.
I expected you to tell the truth. I told you what was at stake.
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise.
Ooh.
Look at her. She's finally lost it.
You know what? Stop this fighting. None of that.
All right. You've both made your point.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then we looked for Hawk, but he was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Ooh. People have got feels right now. Let's just go with what's done is done, right? And I'll tell you why I'm going to say this. Because this all happened when my character was not involved, right? Like, my character did not play Dragon Age 2. That was me. But my character was not around. My character was running around doing, Dalish stuff. So, like, we're just gonna, like, what's done is done.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric.
Oof.
You'll never be the Inquisition's.
Oh, gosh. They're not having a good time, my friends. They are not having a good time. We need to work together. Varric earns his place. I'm well aware. That's unfair, Cassandra. I think that's unfair.
That's unworthy of you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake.
It is true.
Go, Varric. Just go.
I think she was good friends with Justinia. I think this is sad. Yeah.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
Come on.
Believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk.
Yeah.
I'm such a fool.
Yeah, this is rough. Oh, she might play The Sims. That's nice. What if it had been different? I still like you. Don't blame yourself. We're all fools, Cassandra. We need to do better. Well, what if it had been different, right?
What if you hadn't believed him, and you tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric.
It's about you.
No, truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
No, come on. No. Don't blame yourself. Stop that. None of this. Like, we've got bad guys.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Jer, there's an RPG. By the way, that was super intense, everybody. That was like an intense moment. Side note. I think Cassandra, Sarah, Iron Bull. I need to talk to Sarah. I just want you to know that I feel like that was super intense, and, you know, I hope Cassandra's okay. That's all. I think she's in here. What we're going to do is we're going to talk to Sarah. We're going to check out our, oh. What is this? Herald's Rest, a place for all in service here to rest, recoup, and persevere. Though waits the heart remembers best, your saving grace, the Herald's Rest. I want to talk to Sarah. Oh, there are a bunch of people here we can talk to. Take back the sky, a tavern tree. Did we read this? Did we? I think we did. Maybe we didn't. But somebody's singing, so we can't read it out loud. But let's talk to Krem.
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, your worship. You need anything, let me know.
How can we use you?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
I suspect Haven's quiet by now. Might be worth sending the boys back. We could recover some supplies, get an idea about the enemy's strength. We could even pick up any stragglers who haven't found Skyhold yet.
And then tell me about the Chargers.
Can we talk about the Bulls' Chargers?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Tell me of an interesting job.
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
We went up against Gatler's giants in Ferelden. Not actual giants, but big guys, all wearing a dragon's weight in armor. Might as well be fighting golems. The chief challenged Gatler himself to a single combat. Gatler laughed and called him a horned savage. The chief broke a dam and flooded the valley. Last we saw of Gatler was a bunch of bubbles as we swam away.
This is true, Remshin. And then that's Iron Bull. Hi, Iron Bull.
Hey, boss. See you later, Bull.
I'm trying to find Sarah.
Funniest thing I've seen in years. That cat dancing around.
Hello, Cabot.
And you are
the bartender, Cabot.
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Welcome to the Inquisition.
Welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
How is morale?
What's the current mood?
Ennui.
Where did you train?
Where did you study? I assume you trained.
Bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home.
It is. I've got 3 more minutes.
Old Antibon recipe. Secret is ale.
My goal is, here's my goal. We're going to finish this inn, find Sarah, talk to her. We're going to jump over to the war table, switch out our missions, and then we're going to be done. And then we come back next time, we finish talking to all the people in Stormhold, and then we do more missions.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
If I could fight, I'd be in the helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire, and probably be dead. But I can't do anything.
I know, right?
Hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
Do you know any rumors?
What's the word out there? Well, they once wore, now talks, now fashionable hats. Now they've seen something shiny.
As you were.
Okay. So, examine. Archery contest Saturday. All challengers welcome. Sister Leanna to judge. Oh, except Varric and Bianca. I think we have to go upstairs, and I think we can find Sarah there. And I'm a little sad that
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
I'm sad that Iron Bull misunderstood me.
Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Aww. So we just have a lot of people. This is nice. I want to know where Sarah with her jar of bees is hanging out. You know she's in here somewhere. I also want to know who our bard is down there. Sarah's Cabinet of Wonder, whose it was. Delivered one cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities, if resources should be spent on such things, Sir Morris. Below, a comment and journal entries by Sarah, also doodles of Sarah with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris! Stuff needs a place. Stuff. Banner, circle, soft. Lizard, scratched out, rough head weird. Holla, fake, real one stink. Cards, little worlds. Goblet, fancy cup. Cup, shit goblet. Bottle, warden, strong. Bottle, Teventer, piss weak. Stupid sword. There's a small blood stain. Silk, bolts not arrow bolts, soft. Make something. I think that minstrel Meriden is chatting me up. The song is creepy. Does that mean you're out here? She is out here. Alright, Sarah, let's see how she's doing.
Hey you, I have an inquisitor favor to ask.
Of course.
Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
I'm listening.
Alright, let's hear what you've got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Verschel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up. So I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through?
Just walk through. Easy, right?
I'll have people take a look.
Alright, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
This is true. So, we have just done all of this area. We can now... let's see what's at the top of the inn. We just have to make sure that we are, you know, thorough. Oh, look for Cole. Oops. I think we're going to talk to Cole. Oh, we have to go and check my specialization.
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn, what was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry, 5 more minutes, my fault.
Cole's creepy, but in a really cool way. Do you hear everything?
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you help her?
Can you do something for her?
Yes. It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait, That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute.
You know what? I will just wait and watch.
You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault.
Oh. Wow. It is a good hat.
Better.
I'll just say nice work.
She doesn't blame herself anymore?
Not as much.
It is spooky.
It was bouncing around inside her, closing up into a ball of wrong. Now it's open. She'll get it out.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it's her. That's what matters.
It's a hat that makes sense for him. That's what I will say. So I am looking for... This is what I want to do. I want to find these trainers, which are down over there. I'm going to find the trainers. I'm going to... What is this? Find the trainers. Then go to the war table so that we are very practical about our business. Am I going the right direction? I am. Okay. We have maybe 5-6 minutes left, I think. It's the best hat. We're going to turn in artifacts. Hello, Blackwall.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens.
I did.
Would have liked to have seen it. I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
It was a good cause.
If the history you pursue benefits the wardens, then it was worth it.
All right.
I've been more certain of my decision to join you.
I will see you later, Dema. And we will do better.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
We'll ask, are wardens being corrupted?
Barracks friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption?
Yes.
What sort of corruption?
Corypheus.
Yes, Jer, yes.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
And we need to find them.
If this is true, then all wardens are in danger.
Oh, we're gonna miss you, HQ, too. We've got, like, a few more minutes together before it's over.
Where to start. We should get moving immediately.
Yeah. Let's talk later.
Right now. Perhaps in a bit.
And let me turn in... Where do I turn in things? Oh, maybe I'm done with that. Alright, so now I'm gonna train... And, train... I'll train. What do we have?
This is a fine fortress. It's very quiet. I wonder if you tire of quiet. I am keen, Inquisitor. I bring the Maelstrom, the Tempest. Are you interested?
I don't know.
You've told me nothing. How can I know?
Then you can sit and wait, or you can leap. They say you're in charge. I say, from where? From the thick of things? From the fore? That's how you create victory. You wade in, smash a glass, make a mess, and change the battle from within. You may think you now lead, but when you're the Tempest, you're someone to follow.
So I feel like there's more than one trainer here, and I don't know if this is a good one. Why is this a good discipline?
Why would this suit me?
It suits you if you make it suit. There's no way to make elemental chaos sensible if you're not the type. The enemy will know you're coming, but like a boat before the storm...
I know.
Do besides batten down and pray. The Tempest leaps where they shouldn't, and makes the battle fit them. Isn't it?
I'm going to leave this conversation for a moment, because I'm not quite certain this Tempest thing is me.
I'm not signing on as a Tempest just yet.
So let's find out about this one.
I received a bird.
It had a note. Now I am here.
You're here to train me?
Elf!
That is it. The Inquisitor wishes to become more than Inquisitor. Perhaps he wishes to walk in shadow, even as he is bathed in light. To save life through inflicting death. Childish notions. The profession of assassin has no time for it.
Oh. I respect the profession.
The profession has my respect. I'm eager to learn.
Really? We shall see. Let me first say he does not want to be an assassin, any more than he would wish to be a sword or a cudgel. Such are the weapons of others. They lack intent. He must become his own assassin. There is a difference. Let me next say, death has nothing to do with it. Death is the payment, the byproduct. Our way is between life and death. It is a door through which he will send others.
Well, that's interesting. So, I don't know what the third one is, but that seems interesting. Why is this a good discipline?
Tell me the benefits.
Our way is the sudden strike that overwhelms. The leap from shadow and back. We hit where and when it hurts most. In so doing, we send a message. No others invite death so efficiently. That is what the assassin offers.
Yeah, I actually do like this sort of pondering of life and death that this woman is talking about, especially since I sort of went through this rift and all this business. Seems interesting.
Even crows in the bards of the game. Are you similar?
They are servants. The Inquisition did not request a servant. They asked for the means. I am a trainer, and as such I am not tethered. Some find that freedom unsettling. That is my servant.
What are the risks?
Is there a danger to this?
The trite answer is that there is a danger to everything, but also a use. There is no physical cost, no corruption, only action. He may come to see others as mere things. That can be off-putting.
So, I'm feeling the assassin thing right now, but I want to check with that third person.
I won't commit to this yet.
Three Eyes? Are you the third person? Yes?
On it. Don't ruin it.
Ruin it?
By pretending to something you're not.
Okay.
If you want things just so, what I have to teach will be lost on a fool. Your people asked for an artificer. My name is 3 Eyes. Let's get started.
You have my welcome. I think we're going to go with the assassin. I feel like that sort of, that line between life and death feels like my character.
Craft, you're dead. The artificer builds for battle. We survive through detail and efficiency in equal parts. What some forget is that artifice, not artistry, sets the better snare.
All life ends in death. Yes.
You don't want to love your toys so much that you're picking rivets off the field. Makers need some distance.
Arby's. So here's what it is, right? Clearly my character is way too thoughtful about life and death.
I'll come back to this.
We have to go and become an assassin.
The profession of assassin requires more than I have seen, more than has been done.
Clearly, right? This is what I just feel like clearly after the conversation we had about Baudrillard and Kant must be an assassin.
There are tasks, processes, ways to train the mind and body. They require simple motions. First steps. Then we shall see what he may become.
Okay, so I have to get a murder knife. First off, I noticed there are a whole bunch of people lurking right at the end of my stream, and I want to thank everyone for being here. We're just going to go to the war table at the moment.
The profession of assassin requires more than I have seen, more than has been done.
So I just have to get this knife, right?
He has his instruction, yet he repeats. A poor start.
Nice. Throwing a little bit of shade. Great times. We're going to fast travel to our... Whoop. Change floor. We want to go to the war table. Right here. And our fast travel is here. And we're going to just go there and do our table stuff. And then we're going to end. And it has been so great I'm not going to say goodbye yet because we still have a few moments with each other where we deal with the table before we eat Arby's. We're not eating Arby's. We might be eating Arby's. You'll never get out alive. Why not eat Arby's? You know what? I think I'm going to my bedroom. Look, it's my bedroom. That's not where we wanted to go. Sorry, Krellin, I know you said, why are you going to the bedroom? I know, not the bedroom. It's not what I meant. Always the bedroom with me. I want to invite you all into my special elf bedroom. That was not it, though. I wanted to go to the war table. You all, that's the Undercroft. And I believe it's here. This is the way to the war table. There's Josephine. We should say hi, since we're here anyway. Hi, Josephine.
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
Oh.
What is it?
I must explain something first about the Montillier's fortunes.
I remember you said your family had been forbidden from...
Yes.
It's devastated our finances. The Montillier's have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I had no idea your family's situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Side note, people, do you think that the person who's the voice actor who plays Josephine is also the voice actor who plays Tali in Mass Effect? They sound similar to me. So, does somebody know? Does somebody know? But you're not actually poor?
Worry about their next meal. Never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Can I help? I want to help.
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montillier's as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered.
Oh.
And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Ooh. Who did this? Who did it?
Do you have any idea who murdered them?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert,
Huh.
a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
Alright. What will that get him, though?
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Yeah, of course. If it will help her, I'll go. I don't mind.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means you are too kind.
Oh, no,
I
it's...
must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
We'll totally do that. That's not even, like... She's one of my peoples. Of course I will help. Like, there's no need to even ask. So this is our last moment, friends. When we come back, we have to go and talk to the rest of our people. There are people everywhere, like Dorian. And also other people. Okay, ooh! We're gonna find out the last of our stuff. Ferelden. Oh, it is my pleasure. Let's find out some answers, yes? The search for the Hack Rider. Nightingale. Cameron is dead, fully armored, locked in an inn room in his home, a knife in his back. I knew someone was coming for him. Ironically, the scene was exactly the same one as in the first Odd Night Town novel. Someone sent a professional after his magistrate. They had to leave a trail. Ooh. Mysteries going on over there. That's exciting. Dorian's request. Dorian's leads were effective. The Inquisition found several locations where these Venatori could be hiding. Advanced camps, purpose unknown. If you wish to deal with these mages, I'm certain Dorian would be pleased. I'll mark their locations on your map, should you pass by any on your travels. Search for the hack writer! You're not a hack writer, Jer. And then, what is this one here? We need this one. A memorial for Haven. Ambassador Montillier, please assure the Inquisitor of my deepest regards. Work on the memorial proceeded without incident, and it was unveiled to a crowd of almost 1,000. May it stand forever as a testament to the tenacity of the faith in times of great trial. Marquis de Rayllion. And we get an edgy dagger grip. It's really edgy, this dagger grip. It wears all black. So we have to send people off on missions. Let's go over to Orlais and send people there. Let's send them to things that might be useful for them. What do we have here? We have a friend in Carinus. Stop the Venatori. Serpent of Navarra. Rescue the Spy. Alliance is observing the Deadlock. A battalion for Sarah and Vershil. Investigate the Exalted Plains. RPG inappropriate. Liberate Empress de Lyon. Make contact. I want the one that is about our Josephine. I don't know where that one is. Well, here what we're going to do. We're going to rescue our spy. Nobility in Valchevin have caught Miller, an Inquisition spy. She has tricked them into thinking she's a bard from the Orlesian court, but the deception will only last so long. Extract her before her captors learn who she is and demand a ransom, an investigation, or an execution. When our hand must be seen in this, I can send Miller tools to escape, but she must leave on her own. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's smart. And then let's go up to Navarra. The Inquisition agents have uncovered a potential problem in the nation of Navarra. A Tevinter mage by the name of Virulus has recently been noted in the company of King Marcus, and rumors comment on how strange it is for a new advisor to be so closely heeded. There's evidence to indicate Virulus is a member of the Venatori. Having the Navarran king under their sway would give the cult a great deal of power and hinder the Inquisition's ability to operate in the north. Yeah. So she wants to do wait for the advisor to leave capital and send a force to ambush and capture them. Oh. Yeah. Let's do some murdering. I feel like that's a good idea. And then we need one more. No. What is this? Battalion, busy. No. You do! Oh, it's alright. But my stream is basically over right now. I am going to send one more person off. Let's send a friend in Carinus? Artie Snack! According to Dorian, while most Tevinter Magisters are not Venatori supporters, they will also not raise a finger to prevent the Venatori from wreaking havoc in the south. There are some, however, who see the cult for what it is and are trying to expose it. A Magister contact in Carinus by the name of Maevaris Telani is attempting to introduce a law in the Imperial Senate which would see Venatori activity sharply curtailed in Tevinter. Dorian suggests that quiet Inquisition support of Maevaris would be beneficial and ultimately could drum up support for other Magisters fearful of what Coriphis represents. Well, I feel like this is really a thing for Liliana, but she's busy. So, more stream. So instead, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do alliances. That could be a Josephine thing. It was to be expected in the wake of so many important deaths and the rise of the Inquisition. Several noble houses are attempting to spur their fortunes by crafting an alliance of their own. For now, they seem mired in arguments of seniority. It will be a long time before any of them threaten our standing. Josephine says, I suggest someone be offered as an ambassador of the Herald, not the Inquisition, if only to let them know, in a non-threatening way, that we are watching. Great idea. We will do that. Boom! So, my friends, we have done it all. And we're going to sort of pop out. And we're going to end the stream. This is it. We went and found the Grey Warden. We found out that Grey Wardens are being corrupted and sent off to their death by Corypheus, and we have to stop it. And we have talked to some of our friends, but not all of them. So here's the thing I have to tell you all, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but next weekend I'm going to be in Minnesota. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's our spy person. Oh. Hello. There's a thing happening. And then the weekend after that, I'm going to be in Atlanta on a conference. So I will not be able to stream the next 2 Saturdays. I know. I will see if there's, it is cold there, if it's possible to stream something else at some other time, but I am feeling doubtful. So I think I'm going to miss you all for the next 2 Saturdays, but the Saturday after that, I am stalking you, Cher. After that, I know I've got 2 conferences, and I've got to finish writing a paper this coming week. So I will see you all for Dragon Age in a fortnight. So not this next weekend or the weekend after, but the weekend after that. And I hope to see you all on a Thursday stream, maybe, doing something else before then. So hopefully a Thursday stream within the next 2 weeks, but I have to check when I'm flying out to Minnesota and when I'm flying out to Atlanta. So thank you all for seeing me, and I will see you all, I hope sooner than 3 weeks. I hope so, at least. But thank you all. I'm going to go eat some food before I play Call of Cthulhu. You are all the best. I'm Trooper SJP. If you want to follow me, please do. And I will see you all later. Thanks for the great conversation, everyone. You all are the best.